Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 1 of the Storm Division, and we're kicking it off with the game of the week. You know this series if you're a fan of NGS, normally hosted by myself and Slexia. She'll be out tonight. We got StoiC joining us, but StoiC will be joining us all season long for this brand new pre-game show where we're going to break down the matchup, let you guys know a bit more about these two teams this evening, and up tonight, it's CPogX Fanclub and the other Koreans, formerly known as Team Alexander Fanclub. StoiC, how are you doing tonight?
Good. I'm excited. It's day 1 of Storm Division. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We're gonna have an epic match here, so I'm so excited.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. We have 8 teams that are going to be playing in this Storm Division, our first iteration here in the Nexus Gaming series of this particular event. Not only are the staff members excited to host this and bring it on for all of you guys, but I've seen a lot of you fans out there talking about the Storm Division, and you guys are pretty excited on your own right. So let's start breaking down some of the action we have this season. First up, I want to talk a bit about our teams that are going to be playing here during this season number 8. We got Chili Mountain, formerly known as We Take These. CPogX Fanclub, they'll be featured tonight. C-Ton. We have Regen, Team Alexander all the way from Korea, Team Exodia, the other Koreans, they'll also be in tonight's matchup, and VGM Gaming, who took that number 1 qualifier, and that was a long time ago, almost 2 months ago now, StoiC.
Yeah, it feels like a long time. You know, VGM Gaming, they were top then. They're still top of form tonight. They're still top of form now. But these two other teams we've got, the other Koreans and the CPogX Fanclub, tonight's going to be a battle of the fan clubs. So it's a pretty exciting match here. These two teams will face off tonight, and then the next tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, we're going to have the other 3 matches. So a great week of Storm Division coming up.
Yeah, and if you want to watch all of these Storm Division matches, you're already in the right place. Make sure you're following this channel, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. Every single Storm Division matchup will be right here, live and ready to go for you. So we're very happy to have you here with us tonight. Let's keep breaking down these teams. Let's first maybe talk a bit about the CPogX Fanclub, who I believe, StoiC, won qualifier number 4 to make it into this division.
Yeah, they did. They played in a few qualifiers. They actually played in qualifier 1, but lost to Team Alexander in the semifinals. But then they won in that 4th qualifier 2-0 against Regen, actually defeating the other Koreans in their path to that victory in qualifier number 4.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think we actually were the casters of that match that evening. From our pregame notes, I know we have a quick look at the match summary of one of those maps that we got to cast. So I'm going to pull it up quickly on stream right now where you guys can see how this broke down. StoiC, anything here in particular that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we played this. This match was played on Dragonshire. The first was a forfeit in favor of CPogX, so they actually only played 1 match, and CPogX took this one. I think it was a pretty close back and forth match, but ultimately the Vala just had dealt so much damage in holding that bot lane that CPogX was able to take this one. Strong performance in a lot of these players. If you look at this comp here, you got Legacy on Morales.
Morales.
a healer not often seen, but Legacy has showed his chops in these recent in-houses, playing a ton of different healers, making it work on a variety of different characters, and really showing that like it's oftentimes the player, not the character, that can really determine the success of a healer.
All right, and let's also take a look at the other team playing this evening. We have the other Koreans, formerly known as the Team Alexander Fanclub. They had to play in all the qualifiers. They made it all the way to the end of qualifier number 6. Eventually lost that matchup to C-Ton in the finals. But they did qualify for the Storm Division based on the points that they had accrued across all of the qualification rounds. And they made it as the 8th team into the event. So congrats to them, and we are very happy to have them as one of the teams. But anything in particular about the Team Alexander Fanclub that you want to make note of?
Yeah, they definitely have earned their spot here, putting in that work during all of those qualifiers. I mean, coming up against all of these other teams here, and doing quite well, holding their own. they definitely are trying to their old name, the Team Alexander fan club, now being the other Koreans. They're definitely trying to channel some of that, Team Miracle, Team Tempest, Team Genji here, Genji, excuse me. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with. They have a lot to prove in this match, though. CPogX walked away with their previous meeting with the victory, and according to the 323 power rankings, Team Other Koreans is at the bottom, but a victory tonight would mean a lot for them in the standings and going forward as they're looking to make their way into the playoffs.
Sounds very good. I'm excited for them. I know they did just recently pick up Epic Player this week, so that might be exciting. I don't know how much practice they've had with him. I believe he was playing with Brawl is Life in the qualifiers. I could be wrong there. I think that's accurate, though. Chat, if you're out there, correct me if I'm wrong. But we do have one more slide we want to show. We had a brand new show that started up this week right here at twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series, hosted by DB Smiley, where he breaks down all the divisions. And he did a 3-2-3 weekly breakdown of the Storm division, and we have those results up on your screen right now. He's going to be placing these teams in different tier rankings, so all the way from S, you go all the way down to E. Currently, no one's sitting at S, no one's sitting at E, but we do see both of these teams sitting below that halfway mark. The CPogX Fanclub currently ranked at C, and the other Koreans currently ranked at D alongside Regen. So anything you want to say about that? Do you think maybe these teams are a little upset, StoiC?
I don't know if they'd be upset. I think that I think maybe the CPogX fan club, I think they might have a slight chip on their shoulder coming from the victory in the Season 9 Heroic Division. And, being, we got ex-HGC EU BKB with No Ed Legacy that they've been playing since early 2019. Picking up Nintori to their roster, as well as, top GM players like Deagle Dan and Got Filth. I think they probably feel, if they've even seen this ranking here, they probably feel like they've got something to prove.
Yeah.
Well, the other Koreans definitely are in the same boat of a lot of strong players, but judging by the, being eliminated in a lot of these qualifiers by some of these other teams, their ranking seems a little bit more fitting. So I imagine that they have definitely the motivation to take some of these matches, but not as much maybe as of a disrespect, as they've got some ground to gain back, if you will.
All right, well said. StoiC, tonight's matchup has me very excited. It's been a long time since I've gotten to cast the Game of the Week. We've been gone all off-season, I should say. There's been a lot of fun matches in between, but Game of the Week's always one of my favorite things to be a part of. So thank you, all of you out there. We're going to be starting the show tonight. Teams will be ready at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So you're going to have to hang tight for just a bit longer. And hopefully you have your water ready to go. Hopefully you already had your dinner, because we're going to be locking in for a best of 5 this evening. And, that could be a lot of hots. So, we hope to see you guys back here. In the meantime, feel free to chat with us in the chat room and sit tight and stay along for the ride. A couple messages from our sponsor until we are back with some more Storm Division for you guys at 9 p.m. Xbox. Leap of faith again by Anduin Vildanslo, and Magiv's gonna be able to finish him off. 3 kills, a triple for BFM. And now Diablo being surrounded. Fade falling to 25% now. Condemn, and Diablo's down. That might be the actual play of the game. They find another kill.
Apocalypse coming out though. Red team. Oh my god! Red team almost got him.
Axon jumping over to get some kills.
Oh, Ragnarok getting the concussion mine, knocking him out into the fray. Oh, the definition of unlucky.
Oh, I gotta turn StoiC on. Sorry, guys. What is up? Welcome back. It is the NGS Storm Division Week 1, the game of the week, kicking it off already. As you saw during that intro, I'm normally joined by my dear friend Slexia. She's in chat right now. Hello, Slexia. Welcome. And Melly, Murda's here, baby. We ready for this Storm Division. StoiC, how you doing tonight, man?
Good. I'm excited. Did a little preview before, which just whet my appetite for this Storm Division to get started.
Yeah, hopefully you guys tuned in for the pregame show. We started about 30 minutes early. We're going to try to do that each week. StoiC's going to be joining us on the analyst desk there, breaking down the matchup alongside me, and hopefully helping entertain you guys and educate you guys on these Storm Division teams that will be participating throughout this entire season. Only 8 teams here, and we got 2 of them for you tonight. It's the CPogX Fanclub and the other Koreans facing off in Week 1. And already a lot on the line because wins are wins and losses, StoiC, they are losses. That's
true. These 2 teams have battled their way through these qualifiers, so they're looking to make every match here count. If you tuned into the pregame show, you saw that both of these teams, according to our 3-2-3 rankings, come in just below that midline. So both of these, a win's going to mean a lot here for both of them to try and prove their worth here.
Well, looks like we're starting to get all of our players loading in. StoiC, you still got the lobby host. I don't know if you wanted to pass that off to someone or organize the players there for us. I'm sure you know what's going on. You got it? You got it. Okay.
I'm doing my best. You got some... Are these subs? I just don't know who these people are. I mean, I know who these people are.
Well, yeah, looks like CPogX Fanclub has Madara Uchiha playing with them tonight, question mark? I didn't know that he was on this roster. If so, very exciting. Young prodigy. And I got to actually see him play the other night. We did together when we casted the Chili Mountain Fight Night. He was playing alongside Regen, if you recall, StoiC.
Yeah, you know, he's been playing lots of in-houses, showing his name up there, also getting his name all over that GM ladder board. The portrait there, showing it all. Wants to play that Chromie.
For sure. By the way, Melly, thank you for the sub. You're a man of your word. I was a man of my word, and you kept your end of the bargain. So, fair exchange. And you guys got a very early season Murda no shades. So, I'm sure someone clipped that. Shame on you. You know it's supposed to be secret. We're waiting on one more player. That's the status right now, just to keep everyone along with what's going on here in our lobby. I do have a brand new scene for us, though, so I'm going to bring us on in. We have map bans. Taking a look at what happened during the ban phase, it was CPogX Fanclub banning away, that's Hanamura and Alterac Pass. On the other side, it was Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen taken away by the other Koreans. Game number 1, you can see, picked by the other Koreans, it will be Braxis Holdout. What? Really?
You know, what a map to start off on here. Anything can happen on Braxis.
Honestly, I think it's one of my favorite maps. I know you guys at home playing it, you're probably not a fan. I love it. I love it. It's a 2-lane map, and as an offlaner, former offlaner at least, you really get to shine, right? You have a lot more responsibility. You got to hold that end of the map, and really, if you lose, your team loses. So, for solo laners, yeah, let's see what these guys have going for them here in map number 1. Other than that, we'll be flipping back and forth over that scene as the night continues. But we're still waiting on one more player.
You know, while we wait for this last player, a couple things to note. It's patch day, so a lot of things have happened. Number 1 being Diva and Gaslow are now banned, which you never thought you'd hear. But they cannot be played for the next 2 weeks in NGS. But what's not banned is the Gladiator's Medallion, Murda.
Yeah, the Gladiator's Medallion, and I think there's a mixed reception to this brand new anomaly. Some players think it's pretty cool. Other players think it maybe changes the entire game, sends a few things off balance. Let's say you're a tank like ETC, you want to walk in, land that power slide. Well, if the other end pops that 6 key, yeah, it could be 6 to you as ETC, because turn around, a little bit of damage in your face, and he's pretty exposed as a tank with that forward thrusting power slide. So it's going to change a lot. We're going to get to see plenty of it here tonight. And yeah, maybe these tank players have a bit extra to think about every time they engage StoiC.
They totally do. It's a 5-minute cooldown, which means it's a really rare ability. Can only be used, 3, 4, 5 times a game. But also, if you miss time that and they Gladiator Medallion that last, perfect mosh pit, so that can turn a whole team fight, as you were just saying, on an ETC. So we're definitely going to see at this highest level of play, lots of focus here on this Gladiator Medallion, which can dictate an early pick possibly, or that late game 25-minute team fight.
Well, while we are hanging out waiting for our final player of the night, I do want to remind you that all bits that you donate during a Storm Division cast will be going over to the casters on stream. So if you like me and StoiC, go ahead and drop some bits in chat. If you want to throw out a sub like Melly did, I think it goes a long way in helping support us as casters and really incentivizes us to hang out with you guys more often. So if you like what you see tonight, you know what to do. We're here doing our part. Time for you to do yours. And I also have a very quick advertisement about the Storm Division Matcherino, where you can contribute directly to this prize pool that's going to be given away to the, I think it's the top 3 teams at the end of the season are going to split it. I could be wrong on that. Go ahead and check the rule set on the NGS website. But you can head on over to the Matcherino with !Matcherino in chat right now. And here is a very brief bumper to tell you a bit more. All right, well, now that you know to do !Matcherino, that's my public service announcement on that. StoiC, any additional things about this Storm Division that has you most excited this year?
I'm just excited for this high level of play. And it's this high level of play in this coordinated environment. Mentioned during the also the pregame show, Legacy, Noah, Nintori, they've been playing together for a little while. I mean, BKB is usually in that mix as well of players that have been playing together for quite some time. So it's exciting to see what the kind of synergy that can be built up here. I mean, specifically Noah and Legacy, these two have been playing together since the days of, Comanche Powertrain in early 2019 and Team Good Guys. So there's a lot here that I'm excited what they've worked out, having played together for so long that you can't quite get, in a pickup game of an in-house, for example.
Yeah, maybe we talk a bit about the in-houses. I know I've been able to tune into a few of them. StoiC, you've been watching a lot of them. So anything that you've seen, maybe not from these specific players, but maybe just from the meta in general that's really stood out to you now that we have this brand new patch hitting the live server today?
Yeah, one thing I picked up today that I was noticing is that in these engagements, you'll often hear they'll go for this big setup or a gank or something, and it won't go well, but you'll hear, oh, we got Medallion down. It's not up for until this time. And that's a really interesting fix here, where before, if you didn't get the kill, oh, that's too bad. But now, getting out that 5-minute cooldown is just as big as a win sometimes, because while you don't get the gank, that Medallion's not going to be available for the next team fight on an objective. And so I think that's really going to shift the way that these teams are thinking about engagements as well as ganks. If they can't get the gank, can I get that Medallion to reduce that hero's power level for the next 300 seconds?
Yeah, like we were already mentioning, I think it's huge. This may be the biggest anomaly, the biggest change, the most impactful change that they've made out of, I think there was 4 different anomalies they've released since the initial one. This might be the biggest because let's say you're a Vala, right? And you're about to just have that ETC in your face. Now you have a way outside of your vault to another "oh darn, I don't want to die here" button, it changes a whole lot. Jaina, same deal. Ice block typically is your only defense. Now you got that medallion to help you further escape and maybe save yourselves from some sort of attack that's coming your way.
You're so right, but I think that crucial here is I think this is really going to be most impactful at the highest levels of play here. This is another cooldown to keep track of for yourself, for your opponents, and it's also such a long cooldown that I think you're going to have the weighing of, do I medallion here? Do I take the death? You know, and that's going to come out to play most in these heroic level games, in these Storm Division level games. Because already, like, myself in my Gold Hero League, or my, what is it even called? Gold Storm League, you know, it's hard enough for me to hit my Q, W, E, and then the R button, not to mention a trait, but also to have this 6 button. That's a lot of buttons to keep track of. And seriously, I think it's going to be most impactful on the highest levels of games, and the lowest levels, I don't think it'll have as big of an impact.
Yeah, and another thing I think we saw the other day when we were casting the Chili Mountain Fight Night is maybe some players thinking more about the min-maxing potential of that Gladiator's Medallion, using it early in the game. Don't be afraid, so maybe by the end you get 3 or 4 casts off rather than just 1 or 2 if you're being a bit more stingy with when you're wanting to use it. You can play a bit more aggressive now, knowing you have it ready to go in the early game. You can go for some of those early game plays, maybe in front of a tower or something. That form of aggression, we might see some more early game forts and structures down now.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point, that they really, like, if you think about the game, like if a game goes for 22 minutes, you can pop it at 1, you can pop it at 6, you can pop it at 11, you can pop it at 16, you can pop it at 21. That's 5 times. So I think that my math seems wrong. But
no, your math is right. Yeah, that's right.
My math is right. But like that's the 5 times. Those 5 seconds can be absolutely crucial, rather than trying to, as you said, wait for that perfect moment and have it not go so well.
Is this a new player joining our lobby? Captain Wedge is here now. Okay, Captain Wedge, hello. I think Captain Wedge is now host. Good.
Yeah, I just as fast as I could got rid of that bad boy.
You did it quick. Oh, we got my pal Vince here. Okay, nice.
So we got some people popping in, but
okay, yeah, I think that's everyone. Are we good? I think we're good.
Well,
technically they're like a minute late. I think we're fine.
Wait, Wedge usually left. Who's host now?
Epic player got set to host. So
all right. Epic, your host. You deal with that. Well, we deal with the back end there. Some interesting things. Team Alexander Fanclub, or oh my gosh, excuse me, the other Koreans, I apologize. They're willing to do things like to play a little bit unorthodox. With the Paleta not being here tonight, we're probably not going to see a first pick hammer, but we could see something like the main tank Deathwing.
Let me make sure they have check first pick. Yeah, I think okay. And
I imagine something like Jay has put a high priority onto Mei as the main tank.
Yeah.
Throughout the qualifiers, so we could see an offlane Deathwing or main tank Deathwing or just a Mei. Well, here we go. We're into Brax's holdout map number 1 of game number 1 of Storm Division.
Oh gosh, I'm beyond excited. I feel like we're sitting around waiting for so long. Finally, we are here. Valkslays in chat saying, "Let's go." That's the wrong "Let's go" emote. Do I have to drop the real "Let's go" emote?
Yeah, what is this?
That's the "Let's go" emote, okay?
Let's go battle, baby. Here we go. First ban is going to go over to CPogX Fanclub. We'll see what they're worried about taking away here. I imagine they're going to want to make a play for the Chromie.
Yeah, very impactful hero over the past month or so if you've been paying attention to any sort of competitive HOTS. On a map like Brax's, she can do a ton of sieging. She can rip through the Zerg as well with her W. And this is not what I was expecting. An early ban onto Zarya.
Yeah, very interesting. I haven't seen much Zarya from the other Koreans in their most recent matches, but definitely Zarya is definitely a strong hero that can absorb a lot of damage and enable a tank like Garrosh, for example, to really find a good engage.
So now first ban over to the other Koreans. 3 seconds on the clock here for Jay, the captain. And it will be that Chromie being taken away just as we were expecting, StoiC.
Yeah, even with her nerfs in this most recent patch, still brings so much power. Maiev ban coming out. Also another hero that in the right hands can absolutely just go to town on a backline. Any problem here, feeling a little bit sad that Maiev is not going to be available this match.
And that'll leave just one ban left here for the other Koreans. With Chromie gone, they can maybe ban something a bit more niche, something they did a bit of scouting on, perhaps.
I mean, Nintori's here. Is it Yrel? Is it Rexar? It is Cassia.
Cassia, she's still in a good spot. Maybe not the best spot that she was in. There's Nintori taking a snap selection onto Yrel for the solo lane. But yeah, I think Cassia is still someone we gotta think about tonight in these bans.
Yeah. Surge of Light a little weaker, but it still is like there's no cooldown. You can just flash, flash, flash and deal out a ton of damage if you're taking the hits here. The Yrel pick from Nintori is totally understandable. Nintori's been playing Yrel for a very long time with a very high level, but Jay grabs the Rexar. So we've got the two solo lanes.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Well, we've seen them, formerly Team Alexander Fanclub, now the other Koreans, we've seen them play this Deathwing extensively, especially throughout that Qualifier 6. We saw a ton of it, and they really relied on Classy to come in and almost play like a main tank Deathwing, soak up some damage. Hard to kill him. He's just going to hop up in the sky and regenerate all that health, and he's got all the shielding. He takes the plating at level 1. This is a spooky pick on a map like Braxis because of how much wave clear Deathwing's going to have. Follow-up will be Greymane and Junkrat for Madara Uchiha and Mysticles.
Yeah, good poke and good burst damage coming out from there. One more note of this main tank Deathwing. It could be main tank, or this could be a 1-3-1 situation here on Braxis. We've seen lots of teams attempt this with a solo lane presence like Rexar and Deathwing. This could be epic player Any Problem in My Pal Vince on a rotating gank squad between the two lanes.
Well, joining us in chat, we do see FreePX has shown up, rooting on his very own fan club here in the Storm Division. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us this evening as ETC is banned away by the other Koreans, leaving just one final ban here for map number 1 on Braxis Holdout, and it belongs to the CPogX Fanclub. They're going to take away Genji. He's got a bit of cheese here on this map, able to steal that boss pretty quickly with his deflect, and pretty darn good kill potential out of that Shimada.
Yeah, Genji, definitely an interesting ban. Not too often seen, but totally worthy here. We'll see if this now, these last two picks, we'll see if it is going to be a 1-3-1 or something a little bit more, or less traditional in the main tank Deathwing. No, it is Murda. This is a classic other Korean style, the triple front line with a Stukov on Epic player, stealing that away from Legacy, who loves that Stukov.
And that will reveal Deathwing will not be playing the main tank role. Now they have a big fat dwarf to help out. So, welcome my pal Vince playing this evening alongside the other Koreans. An epic player, brand new to this roster, going to be playing the healing position tonight on that Stukov. Healer we've seen plenty of all throughout qualifications, as now the final two will be Tyrael and Uther. Sanctification D-Shield? Okay. A bunch of defensive coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could be a Greymane absolute hyper carry here. You got Junkrat to get the long range safe damage, and then if this is a D-Shield Sanct Greymane, that's a lot of damage that he can deal without having to worry about getting locked down.
And just one final pick here in map number 1 of our best of 5 series this evening will be Tychus, picked up by Any Problem for the other Koreans, which leads us, StoiC and chat, to the point where I like to ask you guys at home what you're thinking. Who's going to win this map number 1? Will it be the CPogX Fanclub, hashtag CPX in chat, or will it be the other Koreans, hashtag TOK in chat right now? StoiC, what are you thinking right now after seeing these picks during Draft 1?
I think that the 1-3-1 strategy, which is to me what it looks like the other Koreans are trying to roll with here, is so hard to pull off. I think Tychus wants to stand there and turret, but the blue team has the disengage and the mobility to escape from that Tychus damage. I think that here CPogX Fanclub will walk away with a victory here on Braxis.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's going to rely a lot on the solo lane, Yarel versus the Rexar Misha. If Deathwing's able to rotate and help out that matchup, then Tori could actually have a lot of trouble with it. So maybe Clazy, the most important hero on this map playing this Deathwing. We'll find out as Brax's holdout is ready to go. Game number 1, the first map of the regular season here in the Storm Division. And on the left-hand side, we got Legacy playing the Uther. Noah's on the Tyrael. Mystically is playing that Junkrat. Madara Uchiha subbing in tonight on the Grey Main. And up top playing the solo lane, Yarel, it's Nintori. Give it up for the CPogX Fanclub.
Another red team, formerly known as the Team Alexander Fan Club. It is Epic Player playing Stukov, Jay on Rexar, Any Problem playing Tychus, Clazy on the Deathwing, and my pal Vince subbing in on the Murda. It is the other Koreans.
Gates open.
Brax's holdout. I told you guys at home, maybe my favorite map? Question mark? It's up there. A lot of fun, all because of this solo lane matchup. It's going to be Rexar, it's going to be Yarel, but already Nintori floating around mid, wondering where they might be. They want to be able to set up in either lane, potentially fighting off any sort of early fort damage. But they do end up finding each other there around the boss pit and start going down to the lanes. Although, look at this rotation to the top, a bit unorthodox. They're trying to get this Rexar early. Big stun from Uther. And first blood comes at the 34-second mark in favor of the CPogX Fan Club.
Red team is now rotating up to try and stop the attack rather than pushing on this bottom fort. So all of this time in lane is damage not being done. Bottom tower falls on this top lane, and the blue team escapes without any harm done.
It was a brilliant rotation. They met up in the boss pit, and I think that the other Koreans thought, hey, we found you, let's just meet up in the bot lane, as is typical here on Brax's holdout. But they said, nope, we're going to get Rexar first. And now they're hopping early onto this siege camp right away by Madara and Legacy.
Yeah, quick mind games coming out of CPogX Fan Club, but also a quick invade here by 4 onto this siege camp. Can Mystically and Noah get there in time? And the answer is no. Madara going to fall extremely low. Uther Heal comes out with the armor, protecting from some of that damage. Madara is safe.
A brilliant invade, StoiC. As good as I thought that CPogX play was, maybe even better there from the other Koreans. And already, this is turning into a very exciting matchup here in Week 1.
Yeah, definitely. Red team starts the channel. They're up to 10% now. Noah going to have a really hard time moving this Deathwing off the point, though.
An extremely hard time. You can't use those concussion mines. Deathwing, yeah, he's unstoppable. And then also this Murda, he's so sturdy, he's still sitting on full health right now. You're not getting through my pal Vince anytime soon, so they might start thinking about this rotation towards the top where Nintori trying to fight the bear off the beacon, and finally will be able to do just that with the help of the rest of the team.
They stopped the channel, but 70% has already gone in favor of the other Koreans here in only 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
And that, Noah able to use Eldruin's away. This Tyrael taking a ton of damage on the front side. Thanks to this minigun of Tychus. Any problem here? Playing a pretty strong hero in this meta. I've loved the Tychus over the past month or so. Definitely, I think, a good pick and maybe a smart takeaway in putting an early preference onto the hero in this matchup. Might say, hey, we're willing to play the Tychus tonight, and we're going to want to take it away from you perhaps later on as well. And that's 100% StoiC. Look at that.
Wow.
Before 3 minutes, that's quick.
It is quick. I mean, Wade's going to come bottom lane. Luckily, they got heroes like Junkrat and Greymane who have pretty good wave clear. But it'll be hard to clear a wave if Deathwing is blowing fire down the middle of this wall.
Yeah, we'll see Clazy right now, still in that ranged form Deathwing, putting some of those damage circles right around the gate, so it's hard to walk through. It's too much slowing. And they're really just relying on the grenades of the Junkrat right now. But Clazy with that big Molten Flame available as well is going to make it extremely difficult to step into this attack.
Yeah. Zergwave now dropping to mostly just these Guardians here. But the damage has been done. Look at this fort, about 80% health. And the wall is gone, the well is gone. That'll make it very hard to sustain these fights in the future to hold this bottom point.
Well, early game, we saw that siege camp stolen away. Now there's a couple of these bruiser camps available, and on the right side, we see Stukov and Tychus starting it up, now getting a bit of help from Deathwing as the rotation comes up top again, and Tori trying to bash back Rexar. Here comes a stun, and the second kill of the game will be in favor of the CPogX Fanclub. Still none yet for the other Koreans, but they got that big Zerg wave, and I gotta think they have a bit of a lead, even though it looks kind of even. I think the deadlier attack might be from the other Koreans on the red side.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait till we see something like Cursed Bullet come out of this Greymane, if that's even the pick to try and bring down some of these big health targets. Is taking a lot of investment here. Wow, excellent stun on a Classy, completely shutting down the engage.
Well, we're rolling into level 7 now for CPX. And they're thinking about maybe going for this bruiser camp. Yeah, there they go. Greymane hopping in as up top it's Tori under pressure, silenced, but pops that medallion. Wow, or was that the cleanse from Uther? Did we get Uther cleanse? We did. I think that was Hand of Protection, actually. It's so hard to tell now. You gotta look for the green mist coming out of the heroes. And it's a slightly different sound effect. I think that was the Uther cleanse.
Medallion also, though, used.
Oh, so overlap.
It was earlier. It was a little earlier on your route. Sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, Classy under pressure should have access to that Cataclysm now as an escape if it's too much pressure. But we'll be able to walk away, still holding on to that 30 armor as Misha's going to fall. And we have some beacons being announced. 30 seconds till they're ready to go as the CPogX Fanclub starting to split up and rotate to lanes. Level 7s for both teams now during this second objective phase.
Quick note about these questing talents. Greymane picking up the Wizened Duelist at level 7, looking to be a little bit less range and a little more greedy here on the Greymane play. Tychus at level 4 picking up In the Rhythm with 11 stacks.
And the longer that goes, the longer the minigun goes, and that's how they're going to try to take care of this front line. My pal Vince under some pressure, uses that Dwarf Toss already, has to run away with additional armor stacked on him. Here's that Cataclysm early from Deathwing, now putting a big stun onto Uther. Legacy has to walk away, and CPogX Fanclub is now split up. Really all because of that Deathwing flying in from above.
It's just so hard to fight around that immovable wall that actually does damage to you. Deathwing just such a difficult hero, really, for the blue team to deal with.
StoiC, look at this. Both beacons already once again in possession of the other Koreans, wasting no time. They got the first one in under 3 minutes. This time, setting record pace yet again, but with just Deathwing in the bottom lane, Classy's going to have to give it up for now, but a big rotation we see could change that in just a second.
Yeah, interesting. You know, a lot of Junkrat's utility comes in his ability to displace and trap heroes. But with him laning against Deathwing, all of that is completely nullified in the bottom lane.
Currently, Deathwing up in the sky, going to be ready to drop on in any moment, but I'd imagine we're going to see the Murda make a move towards the point first, and that is exactly what we're seeing. My pal Vince on the point. Concussion Mine comes out early from Junkrat, doesn't hit anything, and Classy able to grab the beacon yet again, already approaching 40%, but up top looks like Tori able to regain control of the topside beacon.
And here's the rotate here. Tyrael, Uther, Greymane heading up top to see if they can get a kill on this Rexar who's pushed out into the lane. Rexar backing up smartly. The bear will probably fall here.
Not yet. Oh. Ooh, Tyrael tried to find him with Eldruins. Madara still chasing in, gonna get locked on by that fort, but will be just fine now. My pal Vince looking for a Stormbolt, does not connect that time onto Greymane. Misha low on health, gonna come in anyway, as well as his big Cataclysm yet again from Deathwing. Lands a stun as Tori is silenced and killed. The first kill of the game for the other Koreans, their first of the season as well. And that should be easy money now to grab this topside beacon.
Yeah, luckily Junkrat's grabbed this bottom one to prevent that stall or prevent that channel from happening. But any problem and Rexar are on their way bottom to go shut that Junkrat down.
Level 10s both sides, as we do see, will be the Sanctification and the Divine Shield, as I thought might be the case. Double defensive talents here in Game 1 for the CPogX Fanclub as they continue to rotate, continue trying to find these beacon controls, but they're having so much trouble. And honestly, I gotta say it's 100% this Deathwing right now, looking really good as Classy.
Yeah, with level 10s online, if they can shut down this Deathwing using this bullet there, it drops to the Junkrat mines. The Junkrat explosion.
The Sanctification! it shut them down. The bellowing roar was coming out at the very same second. But that time, you can credit the CPogX Fanclub and Noah with a fantastic sanctification to keep them alive. Now looking for the Murda on the point. This is trouble for the other Koreans.
Yeah, I think level 10 is really when CPogX comes online here. They made an investment in the early game at the price, investment in the late game at the price of their early game here. I think they're looking to, as long as they can keep blowing up these targets with this bullet and the follow-up damage, they should be sitting pretty in the mid-game.
Deathwing throwing some of those mortars down from the sky, now landing in as Noah is the last to be on this point. Legacy's in a bit of trouble, getting stunned now. Pops the D-shield on himself. There was the cursed bullet coming out from the Greymane, but didn't look like it got too much value that time.
Clazy jumping in to chase down Noah, taking about half of his health down. Blue team going to be forced to use their taps before re-engaging, while Murda looks like to head bottom to start the dueling with Junkrat. Maybe not.
Well, there goes one armor plate on Clazy, trying to walk away now. Turning around, throwing more of these puddles, and says, "Oh, you shall not pass here." It's my pal Vince, the one under pressure, holding on to that dwarf toss as long as possible. But without a front line right now, the CPogX Fanclub has to back away. Noah has to go all the way back to base, and that will be another 100% channel for the other Koreans. This time, Zergwave in the top lane, ready to knock on this top lane fort wall.
If they can get a good defense here, I think they've got a chance. But this is a much more scary Zergwave 8 minutes later in this game. Riptire might have to be used here to clear out these. Yep.
That's exactly what we see. It does get through about half of the Zerg, at least the little guys. But still, a big defense is necessary, and I don't think they're going to have enough to get it done here. I think this is 100% going to be the top fort. Will it be any more after this? Might have enough Zerg to knock on that keep all as well. And getting very close to level 13 could make it an entirely different story during this press.
Look at this Tychus dashing in aggressively, knowing that there's not enough CC to punish. Excellent ballsy play coming out of any problem, just finding that damage where he can.
And with Vince rotating out, looks like that might be it. Bottom lane, Jay having to play cleanup duty by his lonesome. And there's still plenty of Zerg, 31% of that wave still alive. As Misha's doing her best, but might need a bit of help from the rest of the squad. Here they come. Really led by this Deathwing again in terms of who's going to be able to clear out this wave. And there goes some Molten Flame, StoiC.
Yeah, worth recognizing the bottom fort has fallen here, so structure count is equal.
Jay's
team
at
is looking
100
extremely
health.
aggressive. Yeah, this is extremely aggressive rotation. The bear is getting quite low, but is going to be booped to safety by Junkrat there.
Pretty close by Mystically is able to maybe secure a kill onto Misha, but not quite able to. They do, however, get that tower on the top side of this wall, and that's a pretty good consolation prize for what hasn't been necessarily the best objectively focused game for the CPogX Fanclub. They're finding value where they can, and it's pretty much an even game right now.
Yeah, definitely. There's no well top. Bottom fort is about 55% health. So this really still is anyone's game. My pal Vince finds a stun into Noah. Noah still has Eldritch Ruins. Will be able to teleport away if necessary. Looks like teams will just trade camps for this bottom lane.
Will be a siege camp versus a bruiser camp in the bottom lane. Now up top. Looks like they might be thinking about starting this bruiser camp, but now walking into my pal Vince. Noah under a bit of pressure, but he's able to get a nice bit of armor from Legacy in this Uther as the rest of the team starting to once again work on this bruiser camp, but I think finally they're safe enough to do it.
Yeah, interesting. That little bit of stall that my pal Vince provided was enough to let the red team get set up with an earlier clear on this bottom camp. I think red team has a slight advantage here in the camp clearing side of things, is they're going to get this bottom fort.
They're going to go fort for fort as Jay's going to lose Misha and his self. Rexar is down, the bear is down, but bottom lane still a big push ready to go. And on the opposite end, CPogX Fanclub thinking about moving towards the keep wall as well, but they're a bit behind. Look at this, already damage onto that tower, looking at the second one now. And with that bruiser camp along with them, I gotta believe this push is just a bit stronger right now for the other Koreans.
Yeah, wave positioning extremely important here. Mystically is again using this Riptire to try and clear out this aggression. Not able to find the kill onto Epic Player. Is doing the best they can to defend this keep. looks like the keep will fall in the bottom lane.
Yeah, keep is down. Deathwing is down as well, trying to defend that top lane keep as the CPogX Fanclub gets through it and now thinks about a retreat of their own, but Deathwing with a big triple stun, slowing them down a bit longer, but will let them escape on their mounts. It's a keep for keep play, and we're staying neck and neck all throughout this one. It's really, you think one team's getting an advantage, but the other side just mirroring almost each time.
Excellent wherewithal for both of these teams to be on these points right as they spawn, but My Pal Vince here channeling top. Again, the other Koreans with an early objective advantage.
Uther's going to try to stand on the bottom, rest of the team on their way, but Deathwing showing up, going to throw out that stun to lead it off, and now with Murda in here as well, could be a difficult decision to stay on this point for the CPogX Fanclub, but they're down here right now, and they're going to have to maintain it, or else we're going to see a third straight objective. There's the D-Shield coming out early onto Greymane trying to finish off Deathwing, and they do. That's the kill they need, but they're going to lose Madara on the back end of the play with some good boars coming out from the Rexar.
Uther getting that that healing and that armor here to protect Urel and Tyrael. Not able to find that damage from the
Holy
Junkrat
ground!
ultimate.
It was so good from Noah, but no one else could walk in. And now Tyrael has to run away the bottom side of this fight. Urel, she doesn't have Ardent Defender. She might fall, and she will. There also goes the Uther. The other Koreans with a triple kill coming at a great time for them. Tyrael has to go back to base. Is going to mean both beacons belong to them. And look at this, middle of the map. They're going for the boss as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard loss there for CPogX Fanclub, losing half of those Greymane stacks, who was at 30 was in dual stacks, using that alpha killer damage as well to take out that Deathwing there with those melee attacks, but Tyrael also falling here in the middle.
Tried going for the Holy Ground play. I don't know what happened there. It looked like it was lined up well, but someone was able to walk through it. Was it the Deathwing, I guess?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'd have to watch that in replay. It looks like also Tyrael also confused about why that didn't work. Vince as well agreeing. A little bit of confusion.
Well, trying to save the day. Now it's going to be a boss and a 100% to 0 Zerg wave. This is looking like it's the other Koreans' game to lose from this point, but the rest of the squad for CPogX trying to maintain their composure and keep themselves in the game as long as possible. Will be a bottom lane Zerg wave, a worst case scenario here for the CPX Fanclub as Deathwing ready to go. Everyone back at full strength with Tyrael back on the map.
Here comes that Junkrat ult. Dodges the Deathwing stun here, looking to clear out some of this wave, gets most of those Banelings down. Tori dropping low to the My Pal Vince and Nisha. There goes the sanctification from Tyrael, but he's isolated there, taking a ton of damage on his way out.
Yeah, also got a cleanse off as well. It's Junkrat falling first, and with the Zerg on the core already, that's gotta be it. Deathwing hops up in the sky, 50%, 40%, it's falling fast, and game number 1 will belong to the other Koreans.
Excellent play there. I think that they just did such a good job of getting those, like the Zerg did all the work for them. They found little advantages where they could, and then the Zerg did all the rest of the work.
Well, let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Welcome to the Game of the Week if you're joining us. 97 of you out there right now. It's a pleasure to host this match. Who's your Game 1 MVP, StoiC? There was a lot of great play. I think it's got to be the Deathwing. I don't know really what more else you can say. It provided so much value in the matchup. I mean, you can see the two deaths, but every time he was in the fight, it changed the entire landscape.
Yeah, I think really Deathwing did a good job of holding their ground, not giving up that point channel. I mean, Deathwing can stand there on the bottom, dish out a ton of damage, and have no way to be displaced. I think Deathwing definitely had 2 deaths, but it's because they soaked up an absolute enormous amount of damage.
So we got the talents up on the screen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. We are going to go help set up game number 2. We would love for you guys to hang tight, sit through the break. We have a couple commercials for you from the NGS family of shows that take place here at twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. So thank you for being here, and we will see you back in about 2 minutes for game number 2. And welcome back for game number 2 here between the CPogX Fanclub and the other Koreans. It was the Koreans taking game number 1 on Brax's Holdout. We're about to be heading into map number 2. Let's go over to our map bands really quick. You can see we're heading into Dragonshire next. A big boy map and a lot more pressure on that solo lane. Might be Urel, might be Rexar yet again, StoiC.
Yeah, you know, so I just went back and watched that boss steal attempt clip, and what happened was Tyrael got the really good holy ground, but as the channel was about to finish, Murda jumped over, which caused it to be contested for just long enough for the Tyrael to fall.
Goodness, beastly play. I see some of you in chat maybe saying Murda deserved that game 1 MVP. Hard to disagree with you guys at home. I think it was a great play on both ends with that Deathwing and the Murda. So good enough for me as we head on into draft number 2. You can hear it already behind me. It's the Dragonshire announcer. This time it'll be the other Koreans first to ban on this map.
Dragonshire, we're going to see some different overall strategy, but a lot of the same heroes still very relevant. Both of these two maps very much held by that solo lane, like who can hold the solo lane to lock down this objective. Quick Chromie ban, Deathwing ban.
Yeah, that's respect.
Definitely respect. I mean, Deathwing is it's a hard hero to bring down and can really mess up a team's strategy. Where we saw CPogX Fanclub came in there with a way that they wanted to run the map, and the Deathwing just totally threw a wrench in that.
Yeah, I love seeing a respect ban anytime it comes out. This time, I think 100% they're like, Classy, well done. Now we're going to burn that ban every single game against your Deathwing. We don't want to see it again. Will this be Cassia for the second game in a row? Yes, it will be from the other Koreans.
So this Dragonshire, the only time these two teams have played against each other is when the Fanclub v Fanclub Storm Division Qualifier 4 semifinals, when they were on Dragonshire. We talked about this in the pregame matchup, and this went in favor of CPogX Fanclub with the Vala Pocket Healer Morales.
Maybe a pocket ban here onto the Medivh, not wanting to deal with those portals. As we finally have our first pick about to be selected here by the other Koreans. Not able to go. Do we have a... You guys are hearing StoiC twice? Maybe? I don't think so. Are we good? StoiC, talk to me really quick.
Echo.
I think we're good. I don't think you're coming through twice.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, someone asked if there's an echo. If there is, I'm sorry.
Classy on the Tassadar is definitely a comfort pick. Classy oftentimes wants to grab this Tassadar. Strong first pick. We'll see if CPogX Fanclub can find anything to punish the self-rooting Burst Mage.
Ooh, Garrosh, Malfurion, Strong. This is going to be tosses into roots. But with that Gladiator's Medallion, does it change anything for you, StoiC? I think it might.
I think it does a little bit. But in the end of the day, like, the toss is a 12-second cooldown. The root is similarly timed. If you Gladiator Medallion, there's still 288 seconds that combo can still get the same character. So I think it maybe just provides a little bit more counting. But I think it's still, mathematically, I think it's just still 96% as strong as it was before.
Chat asking if this is a replay from yesterday. I can promise you it is not. We are live right now. I'm on the East Coast. It's 9:50 p.m. And this is week number 1 of the Storm Division today. It's, I believe, Tuesday, the 8th of September. So confirming we are live right now.
Yeah, I think it definitely is interesting that Cassia got another nerf to Surge of Light. Chromie did see some small tuning adjustments in the nerf direction, but both of these teams, having played lots of these scrims, being involved, recognize still the power of these two heroes.
And for those of you joining in chat, I do want to make note, in case you're not familiar with the Nexus Gaming series, currently right now with the recent reworks, Diva and Gazlo are both globally banned, so they're not able to be selected by these teams. Mei is available. She's the newest hero in the game, and she's been out long enough that she's ready to be played. There's an Artanis for the CPogX Fanclub after Samuro's taken away.
Interesting pickup on Artanis here. Something that Nintori used to beat Regen to qualify here in that Game 5 of Storm Division Qualifier number 4 against a Rexar can get a lot of free stacks.
Yeah, that Misha is going to have to be careful. Protector of Ire is going to come out, I'd imagine, from Nintori to make sure he can win that matchup, especially as we move into the later portions of Dragonshire. There's going to be Murda for the second game in a row from my pal Vince, and you guys at home thought it might have been the Game 1 MVP. We're going to see it again here in game number 2 as we have our final pick ready to go for the other Koreans. It will be Tyrande for Epic Player.
You know, my pal Vince is one of my favorite players to watch. It would probably be conflict of interest if I tried to give him MVP because it might happen every single game if I could.
This is true. I know this about you, StoiC.
I even made him some fan art.
One pick remains for Mysticles. What do you think's going to round out this draft nicely for them? They can go back. Okay. I was going to say maybe they want to think about the Tychus themselves, but instead it's Raynor. Close enough, right?
Yeah, a little bit of swap. Madara now playing the Junkrat, Mysticles playing it previously. We'll see if there's any swap-a-roosies or if they'll... No, I guess not.
No swap-a-roos.
Interesting picks here. No
All right.
swap-a-roos.
Well,
Lots of basic attack damage.
Let's see how interesting the picks were, StoiC. Who you here rooting for, chat? Hashtag CPX in chat or hashtag TOK. Right now, let us know who you think's going to win this game number 2. 10 heroes selected, StoiC. As always, it's your turn to tell me who's going to win this map number 2.
Oh man, there's no Johanna, no Cassia. I don't have any. I don't have any crutches to lean on here. I don't know, Captain Wedge. I think I'm leaning with you. I think the other Koreans came out so strong in game number 1. They have an enormous amount of momentum, and I think I like their draft against a Garrosh. I actually really like what they've got here.
All right, let's load on in. Dragonshire is ready to go, and it's time to start introducing some of our players here in game number 2. It'll be Nintori playing that Artanis. Not on the new skin. Shame on you, Nintori. Mysticles on the Raynor. Legacy playing Malfurion. Madara Uchiha subbing in tonight. Going to play that Junkrat. And Garrosh, what happened? Did I miss something?
West. It was on West.
Oh, we're on West server. Shame. Okay, well, we're gonna go over to the caster bench and help set up this game number 2 for the second time. And I'll redo my intro, okay?
We'll have all this time to kill now.
Are we in voice chat? All right, I have to leave voice, or else you will start actually echoing. That'll be a real echo that time.
Echo, echo.
Echo, echo, echo. Also, I want you guys to be aware the Nexus Gaming Series, a free-to-play competitive league, and it's really for anyone who wants to join. If you are a Bronze 5 player, if you are a Grandmaster, there is a division for you. Head on over to nexusgamingseries.com. Season 10 just started this Monday. Technically, we had a couple of games launch on Sunday, but it's still week 1. There's a lot of time to maybe find your place onto a team here in Season 10. You can reach out on the NGS Discord. There's plenty of channels for you to post your free agent applications. You can post a team recruitment if you're a team looking for more players. Great opportunity is now for you to be a part of the Nexus Gaming Series. I'd love to see you there. Maybe I end up casting your team later on this season. Is everyone here? Are we ready to go? Didn't the same person just make the lobby no? Oh, okay. We're ready. We're just waiting on them, and we should be good to go. Teams look good.
Shout out to my pal Vince dropping me that friend request, making my day.
The love is real.
The love is real.
Well, we got a Dragonshire reset here. Week number 1 between these two sides, CPogX Fanclub and the other Koreans, and let's load on in. And once again, I'll introduce these players. Did Nintori change the skin yet? Looks like no. Wait, that is the new skin. Is it?
Yes. That's why we had to remake.
That's
so
why we had to remake. All right.
Okay with it.
Nintori on the new skin. Artanis, Mysticles on the Raynor. Madara Uchiha subbing in tonight on the Junkrat. Legacy playing Malfurion. And Noah on the Garrosh. Give it up for the CPogX Fanclub.
And on the red team winning game number 1, we have Any Problem playing Greymane. My pal Vince again on the Murda and possible MVP of my heart. Clazy playing the favorite Tassadar, Epic Player on Tyrande, and J12321 on Rexar. It is the other Koreans.
Well, Noah in chat saying perhaps a bit of extra ping right now. I don't know what server we landed on. Looks like it is Central. And it's my pal Vince taking some tower shots early. Big shot by the brand new prodigy of HOTS, Madara Uchiha, landing a fat concussion mine and completely sending Murda off base there. First blood of the game once again coming out early from the CPogX Fanclub.
Early kills don't matter too much, but here on a map like Dragonshire with a tank like Garrosh, early lane rotations can be extremely detrimental here, as they can control this Bermuda Triangle area and really mess this up.
I do want to note Artanis did go into that Protector of Ire at level 1, already 15 stacks collected during that first skirmish, as going to be trying to soak a couple lanes here. I just saw him down at mid on the mini-map. Now heading up to the top lane where he's going to be battling against that Rexar. For the second game in a row for Nintori, going to have to see the Misha. But this time I think maybe a better matchup for him with this Artanis.
Interesting pickup here. If you're looking at Tacidar's quests, that's not 25 stacks of Q. That's basic attack stacks here. Basic attack Tacidar.
Yeah, recently got a nerf in the patch that came out today. Slightly nerfed, not a whole ton, but perhaps enough to make a second decision. It's going to be the Kadarin Amulet instead. That's the Resonance Beam, and that's auto attacks for Tacidar here.
Yeah. Maybe wanting to be a little bit more mobile, not wanting to have to root for just so long to be doing that, whatever that thing is called. That
Shock Ray?
Nasty Shock Ray Q. Big damage.
You. Well, we'll be Stormbolt, as is typical for Murden, landing there in the bottom lane on Mysticles. Noah trying to keep my pal Vin steady, but he's doing just fine so far. As Tacidar makes his way back towards his bottom lane, still a couple Siege Giants on the map for the other Koreans. They're taking control of the bottom beacon, and Misha trying to regain control up top onto the Sunshrine. But with Madara here, playing this Junkrat, a bit scary for Jay. Has to be careful, and then Tori strong. Doesn't want to give away too many stacks early.
Yeah. Artanis now getting onto that Misha, stacking up a few here, but oh! My pal Vance looking for a rotate. Excellent combo with the CC there. Legacy with also with such a good route to zone.
Madara coming in from the top. Now look at Tyrande falling very low. 47 health. Should be finished off here. One more grenade. There she goes. Double kill in the books for the CPogX Fanclub. Roots do come down, but do not land onto Murden, so my pal Vince will escape. Bottom lane, Greymane sneaking a Bruiser Camp and heading back to base, but did they give up too much that time, StoiC?
I don't know. This Bruiser Camp can be cleared pretty quickly, but the rotate from Greymane down, as well as the Baby Groot coming out of Legacy, really allowed them to turn that fight very quickly.
Well, Rainer's going to look for the channel as Noah is trying to stall it off. Misses the combo a bit. Maybe you can blame the internet waves there. Oh my gosh, my pal Vince a second too late. And that's going to be a DK. I think he had that calculated, but ended up missing it. And Tori's going to fall up top, but that probably doesn't matter. Does he get the kill on Rexar? No, but Noah's here. They might try to finish this off. Look at Malfurion nearby. They're also going to chase in. They want this Rexar for killing their Artanis, and they do end up getting it. Now just got to escape the Garrosh, but they just can't. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, in total it's a 2-for-2, but in the meantime you have Tyrande defending the Dragon Knight bottom lane, and it's going to get this front wall, and it's got a whole minion wave, and Tyrande doesn't have much wave clear.
Oh boy, we just missed Malfurion dying up top as well, trying to watch the action in the bottom lane. A whole lot of chaos going on right now, StoiC. But yeah, it's just a Tyrande in defense, enough to get through a majority of that health bar, just 5 seconds left. It doesn't look like they'll get the fort, but they did get the fountain, and that's huge here on D-Shire.
Yeah, and the fort's now down to about 35% health here. Medallion just used by Junkrat. That'll be down for another 230 seconds or so. Doesn't have it here when he probably needs it.
Yeah, that was a nice medallion pop by Jay, keeping himself out of any sort of trouble of that concussion mine. And they do get the kill onto Junkrat, so a nice turn of events, to say the least, for the other Koreans, as they're going to set their sights on their siege camp right now. Greymane's been on duty all map long, and that'll be, I believe, his 4th camp already after taking 2 bruiser camps and 2 siege camps.
Wow. Kills slightly in favor of CPogX Fanclub. Experience slightly as well. We'll as these level 10s come online, though, we'll look at both these teams, look to find any value before this next objective.
Should be probably about like 20 or 30 seconds till we hear anything about that objective. There is still a bruiser camp on the map right now for CPogX Fanclub. And really just Artanis anywhere nearby on the top side of this map. Doesn't have an idea that Greymane's here, but any problem, yeah, he's still clocked in for work, and he has another camp to take. And there he goes, active on the bruiser camp on the right side of the map.
Is that camp worth an entire fort bottom? Murda dropping very low, able to jump away. Mr. Cleese getting the damage. Greymane, or Garrosh tosses him forward. Madara not able to make connection on those last few mines, but the bottom fort has fallen.
Yeah, that was another nice Gladiator medallion pop, that time by Muradin. And the other Koreans have been making use. I haven't noticed as much from the CPogX Fanclub, but so far, I gotta say 2 for 2 on successful casts here of that brand new anomaly, I guess item we call it?
Yeah, I think the patch notes call it an item, which is interesting language.
Interesting language, being a MOBA that has never had items before. And yeah, Blizzard's like, okay, we'll try out items for a bit here.
On a note on stacking, Artanis now with 104 stacks, just 10 behind Tacidar's basic attack stacks.
As we do have a pause, I gotta believe this has something to do with the lag and being confirmed now in our chat. Looks like someone is having a bit of lag on the side of CPogX Fanclub. StoiC through our, let's see, 6 minutes and 41 seconds. It's pretty even on kills, pretty close on XP, but who do you think really has the edge so far?
It's a good question here. I think that... Man, I don't know. I mean, I think just numbers aside, CPogX Fanclub has the fort taken bottom. Red team, though, is in a good position to be threatening, even in response with that fort taken. I think that blue team has the stall, though. I know I'm giving you both a bunch of non-answers here. I think CPogX is in a stronger position now. They have a building advantage, which is ultimately the way you win, by killing the building. I mean, definitely, though, I think the other Koreans have the tools they need to come back and get this here. If we look at the map position here, they're in a position to possibly collapse and find possibly a Junkrat or a Rainer out of position.
Yeah, that bottom lane fort, it's big. It's going to mean they have probably better control over the bottom shrine, and that's the one most of the time you see being exchanged more frequently. Currently in control of the other Koreans, but I think moment of rotation comes out, it's going to be right back in the hands of CPogX Fanclub. Could they potentially get their second Dragon Knight of the game? They're going to have to deal with Noah and the lag. Noah saying, all right, I guess I'm an EU player now. And he's ready to go, just waiting to hear back from the other Koreans before we get this back underway. I think we are not referee in this game, so they'll have to unpause it for us.
Yeah. Interesting. Noah actually recently on Twitter had said that after going 12-0 as tank and in-houses, I've decided that NA tanks suck. So you're going to be an EU player tank and with high ping still try and carry this game.
You love to see it. Still no ready check coming out from the other Koreans, as you guys can see on the screen. Finally, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are back in. Welcome back to Dragonshire. 107 stacks on the Artanis. That's starting to get deadly, StoiC.
Yeah, I really think that, like, if Nintori is allowed to get, 150 or so more, this Artanis suddenly becomes a very potent melee assassin.
And just as I thought, the rotation comes out and the Shrine is in control of the CPogX Fanclub, but they still have to make their way over to mid as Noah seemingly still dealing with the lag, dropping some B-steps. I think telling us, yeah, that's the lag, guys. I should have landed that one. But he just can't do it right now for some reason.
The self B-step, you'll love to see it.
My pal Vince gave him a second to dance there, and now going to re-engage onto the fight. Nice roots coming out from Legacy, going to find Epic player caught out. Drops that Starfall, and now the Riptire from Madara. Going to get another kill in this game. for the CPogX Fan Club. They lose Raynor, but they're going to find any problem on the backside of that fight. It is a triple kill for the CPX Fan Club, trying to get the DK now as Artanis holds off this point. And look at the stacks now, 165. Might finish off Jay, and he does. Notori turning into a beast here.
Wow. You know what I think that was? I think he was just, I can't remember what it's called. I think Noah was there, was just baiting them, trying to pretend that it was the lag.
Oh, another swap. That's it. Has to pop the Avatar. Gets the double Storm Bolt. Can he escape? He will, but does use a 90-second cooldown on that Avatar. As they lose their mid fort and the DK starts marching towards the bottom lane keep wall. This is early keep wall damage right now for the CPX Fan Club. Looking good with 2 objectives.
8 minutes in, there are now 4 in defense. As Rexar will push the wave out middle. Dragon Knight's got 28 seconds left. It's just looking to use the Fire Breath wherever possible. Oh, taking a ton of damage, though, here from this Greymane in melee form. Noah able to walk away. Indomitable out.
I think that was a Gladiator medallion. I saw some green. Am I crazy?
I thought I heard the voice line. Medallion's still up, so that was the Indomitable coming up.
Okay, all right. Good to know. Good to know. It might have been the Malfurion heal. Yeah, that must have been it. Yeah. Healing Trance, right? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called.
Regrowth? From Mouth?
Regrowth. Healing Trance is who?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
Is it a priest
before.
ability? Listen, I haven't played WoW in so long. You gotta give me a break here.
Breaks are had by Murda. Oh, but now by my pal Vince here as he's being collapsed on by the whole team here, but immediately popped his Junkrat.
Oh, all the
Misha
mines
falls.
hitting onto Misha, though. That's some nice value. Good silence as well coming out. They get the kill onto Tyrande. Any problem? Able to scoot away. But, wow, what a Twilight Dream from Malf at the end of that play as Avatar's ready to go again. Thrown into the roots is my pal Vince. Dwarf tossing out. Should be just fine as these huge shockwaves are coming out from Classy, but without that level 1 questing talent, not nearly as strong as you'd expect here, approaching the 10-minute mark for Tassadar.
Wow, Legacy Moonfires are on point to counteract the burst damage here. I thought for sure more heroes would die there from CPogX Fan Club.
Pretty close to level 16 now for CPX. And with Artanis all alone in that top lane, I think he's starting to get some value onto the wall. He is. Look at this tower going down with the help of this minion wave. And 220 stacks on Protector of Ire. You saw how strong it was. It's only getting stronger. There's a combo from Noah. Pops the taunt as well. Starfall coming out from Tyrande saying, "You shall not pass." Or what, was that Starfall? I thought it was. Am I crazy?
It looked like it was to me, but...
Am I crazy? What was that?
I don't know. We've gone crazy.
It's on cooldown. So maybe it wasn't. I'm confused.
As am I.
As am I. Alright. Well, Bruiser Camp pushing bottom wall. They already got through one of the towers. Now the wall's going to be down. Second tower on pretty low health, but should be saved here by Classy and this auto-attacking Tassadar. It will be. Top lane Artanis swapping in the Rexar. Jay maybe in trouble. Misha's going to fall here. And here comes Garrosh. Jay might be down again. Did they find the answer for Rexar? I think they did. It certainly isn't Noah in this leg. Missing every combo he's had. But my god, Rexar is down yet again.
But, you know, the taunts, even though the combos might not hit, the taunts that when they've happened in teamfights have been absolutely crucial coming out of Noah here. Nintori also at 260 stacks is doing about 260 damage per auto attack. So with Twin Blades, that's a quick 520.
Well, they already know they got a lot of work done onto this bottom lane keep wall. They're going to send the Dragon Knight down here. Their third of the game as Noah will land a combo this time into the roots. There's that Starfall as well as the Twilight Dream coming out from Malfurion. But Vince able to walk away with the help of that Avatar. Once again, that 90-second cooldown being burnt, and without getting any healing yet, he's going to have to soak a bit up on him on his own with his second wind as the keep falls. The Dragon Knight is low and the taunt is on again. Muradin has fallen this time.
The boop midair taunt, Muradin without Avatar just pops. Noah now chasing down the Tyrande. Their red heroes are just falling like flies.
Medallion popped, it doesn't matter. Jay is caught out by Noah. Maybe the lag has solved itself. As the CPX Fan Club approaches the core, it's going to be 20 seconds till Muradin's back on the map. Even longer for Tassadar and Rexar. And the core shielding is down. Here we go, StoiC.
Yeah, with 5 heroes now, we're at 75% here. And Intori doing those dashes. Noah, look at his zone here. Any problem? Looking to see if they can pick a heroic defense here. Finding these kills. It doesn't look like it's going to happen as the core is now down to 29%. Epic player and Any Problem doing the absolute best, but it's not going to be enough. Greymane falls, as does the core. CPX Fanclub ties it up 1-1.
Oh, we're guaranteeing ourselves a game number 4 tonight. That's what we know. A much better showing that time from the CPogX Fanclub, taking the win on Dragonshire, as we're going to check out this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Wow, who walks away as your MVP? I saw a lot of flashy plays coming out from Madara Uchiha, including that final core rush. I don't know if you saw that Riptire come out right at the end to help finish off Greymane, but he was looking pretty flashy. Got some value from his deaths as well, which usually it's Junkrat kind of memey with that trait, dropping the grenades when he dies, but got some value there in game 2.
Yeah, I don't know if I should give it to Nintori or Madara here. I think both had really excellent showing. Maybe really it comes down to, I think Nintori was able to hold top lane and scale because of that holding. And in Dragonshire, if you can hold the top lane, then you don't have to win anywhere else, and eventually the other team has to rotate and make mistakes.
Yeah, Arcana's a much better answer than the game 1 Urel for that Rexar. Stacked up very high, and Jay really couldn't do much against it in the later portion of the game. Mrs. Windup in chat says, "Where is the child at, Murda?" I'll be sure he's here when we come back from break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with game number 3. Welcome back. Game number 3 about to be underway. You're going to have to forgive this, Mrs. Windup. I got the green screen on, right? And, of course, Baby Yoda's green as well, so he's kind of green screened. My apologies. But the child is here, and he's been watching and rooting for all of you Storm Division teams. I don't know what kind of noises he makes. I can't do the noises. DB Smiley with the resub, 2nd month in a row. Appreciate that, my friend. The headcaster of the Nexus Gaming Series showing his support tonight. Remember, if you want to contribute to the prize pool, ! Matcherino in chat. If you don't know how to spell it, you can look at the stream title. It tells you right there. And it would really go a long way helping these players out, really motivating them towards a bigger and bigger prize pool. That link will be open the entire season long. We have 8 weeks of the regular season, plus a bunch more in the playoffs. So head on over to the Matcherino and support the squad StoiC. We were talking a bit during the break about, I thought it was Starfall, but I actually changed my mind and think it was Artanis' Blind. Maybe with a reskin here with that new skin that came out today. I haven't seen it yet. What are your thoughts?
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
So beautiful. I want to be an Artanis main and just hear those dings and look at that beautiful skin. It is so cool.
Well, looks like we have the Paleta back. And my pal
Sergeant
Vince...
Hammer, what?
Yeah, my pal Vince is now out of the matchup who is subbing in. The Paleta is here, a regular roster member for the other Koreans. We're getting some ready checks out from CPogX Fanclub, just waiting to hear back from the other Koreans. And we're going to be going to game number 3, Infernal Shrines. This was picked by CPogX Fanclub. And let me bring you over to the map band screen so you guys can see what has taken place so far. Game 1 was won by the other Koreans on Brax's Holdout. Game 2 won by the CPX Fanclub on Dragonshire. Here we go, heading on into Infernal Shrines. Game number 3. The draft is underway.
Okay, the question on my mind is, will the other Koreans first pick Sergeant Hammer?
That's a good question. On a map like Infernal, it could make sense. Plenty of nice vents for the Hammer to hide in.
And if so, does CPX, are they willing to ban it, and possibly let through somebody else?
Well, we're gonna see the Deathwing ban continue. We saw it in Game 2 getting banned. Game 1, it was so strong. But I think, yeah, you have a good point. I think we might see a Hammer here, but I wouldn't be surprised if CPogX Fanclub takes it for themselves even.
Oh, interesting. That's definitely a possibility here. We don't have any Lutano-like player. The Paleta Hammer pick right here.
Well, this is
Maybe
the
not.
spot to take it. They have priority. First pick in this draft. After banning away Noah's Garrosh, who struggled with a bit of lag there in game number 2. Missed a few combos. We can say that here, right? But ultimately got the win, so that's what matters, right?
Yeah. Only thing that matters is the core that dies.
Well,
so never mind. Not a
ETC.
hammer. It is. Yeah, it's the hammer slamming cow.
Hammer slamming cow. Trademark that, StoiC. Diablo Ana. We haven't said Ana's name all night long. I've been surprised by that. But here she is, as well as Diablo, who might be a bit easier for Noah to play. You just got to find a wall and hit Q.
Yeah, definitely interesting. I see Legacy all the time playing Stukov, all the time playing Deckard. You know, 2 of the 3 top supports. But Ana here, an interesting pickup because she hasn't made a showing in this match. I'm excited to see what they have planned here. Clazy again on that Tassadar.
Ooh, and once again on the Greymane. So they're going right back to game number 2. They did have the Murda being played by my pal Vince in place of the ETC, but it appears as though they're happy with what they got out of Tassadar and Greymane. Greymane's going to be great on the camps, great at walking into that shrine as well. I think Tassadar's going to shine even brighter here on Infernal Shrines as well because of that shrine, because of that wave clear he can provide. So Lost Vikings get a ban. Okay.
Huh. Lost Vikings ban would make this look like it's not this isn't a main tank ETC. My question is, this possibly an offlane ETC?
Could be.
I mean, maybe it's grabbed here. ETC so strong. Maybe it's a flex pick. Like, could be one or both. The other Koreans love playing double or triple frontline, so it's definitely on the table.
They're going to take away Zeratul, preventing that Void Prison and the APOC. There you see the Diablo on the other end, so taking away Zeratul, maybe a smart move for them. 2 picks now for CPX, and they don't have any of their damage showing yet, which might be a good thing for them because they're able to now do a bit of countering. What do they see on the opposite end? It's going to be Mephisto, great in the Shrine, and Yarel for the second time tonight for Nintori.
You know, maybe this is a sneaky pick, and it's going to be the Hammer here to switch to get Sapoletic and get it. But Mephisto and Yarel both able to get close to Hammer with the jump and with the shade, so maybe Hammer doesn't actually show up in this match at all.
So the B in chat saying, huh, TLV ban, always interesting. Always interesting. I agree. Sonya Malfurion, it will not be Sergeant Hammer, StoiC. Are you disappointed?
I'm not, but Paleta's here. There's definitely a chance for it in our game 4. I know that they extremely like playing that. They are our one trick and have been, or sorry, they are a Hammer main and have been for years now. So there's always that chance we see it later tonight or in the rest of the season.
Well, the Prodigy Madara Uchiha final pick will be Imperious. So showing 2 bruisers here, Yrel, Imperious. They're going to rely a lot of damage onto Mephisto. But could be strong for them if Imperious is able to get some follow-up stuns along with this Diablo. Mephisto can, like, 100-0 pretty much any of these heroes, StoiC.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mephisto, especially at level 20, I mean, they're going to scale very hard, very scary. I mean, think about the level 20, I mean, CPogX is shooting for level 20, in which case they can just absolutely roll anything that the other Koreans can throw at them.
Well, 10 heroes selected, chat. It's time for you to let us know who you think's going to win this game number 3. Hashtag CPX or hashtag TOK in chat. I'm going to go ahead and put my vote out this time, StoiC, because I've been relying so heavily on you. I'm interested by this double bruiser comp. I think it could be strong, but they got to be careful for Greymane. And because of that, I'm going to give my vote to the other Koreans here in Game 3.
Ooh. I will agree to disagree.
Ooh, all right. Well, let's start introducing these players on the left-hand side. We got Mysticles playing the Mephisto, and Tori once again on the Yrel, Legacy on the Ana, Madara Uchiha playing the Imperious, and Noah going to be sporting that green Diablo here in Game 3. Give it up for the CPogX Fanclub.
The battle begins
in the red team, we have Epic Player now playing Malfurion. Any problem? Back on the Greymane, J12321 on Sonya. The Paleta playing ETC. And Clazy back on the favorite, Tassadar. It is the other Koreans looking to reinstate their lead.
If it's not the Deathwing, Clazy apparently loves this Tassadar. Let's take a look at our level 1 talents to see if he's going to change up the build this time. Game 2 is the auto attack build. Does he go to the Shock Ray here? Maybe the Psystorm build. Maybe that makes sense. It's going to be Shock Ray this time.
Early spear found on the Clazy, dropping very low. That's got to be a medallion pop in the first 30 seconds.
I think Clazy needed that medallion as well. We talked about min-maxing the use of that, and Clazy using it in the first 30 seconds, paying off dividends as Madara Uchiha's Imperious is going to fall early here. That's the first time we've seen tonight the other Koreans get the first blood. All 3 games we've had early kills, but that's the first one going over the red side.
Yeah, finding some good spears, but ultimately being a little bit too deep there and getting punished for it. The Paleta anchoring in this bush as Greymane is immediately on this camp. Looks like CPogX Fanclub gonna struggle a little bit with his wave clear.
Yeah, any problem, he has one job. This is what he does best. Grab these camps, you know, be the boy doing the things that need to be done, right? Getting it early, but it's going to leave open a bit of space here for CPX Fanclub to start working on this bottom lane neutral siege camp until the Paleta scouts it out, sees they're here. They haven't found the Diablo yet as Malfurion walks right into it. Follow-up spear from Imperious is just on the money.
I was just going to say the only way that CPX can actually take camps like this is if they find these kills, and Madara has found a huge spear. Another one!
This is where Mephisto shines as well. You stand on this point, you are in trouble. It's a triple kill. Might be 4 as Jay is surrounded. Only has that whirlwind, but Diablo says, hell no, my dude. Quad kill for the CPX Fanclub, making it look easy as Imperious.
Oh, the spears. Oh, I literally, like, I'm shaking. Those are disgusting. Oh my gosh.
My God. And it will be the spear build. Impaling Light picked up at level 1, so the cooldown reduction, and it's coming out again. Epic Players slept by Legacy. My God, these guys are rotating and look furious right now, StoiC.
Like, why would you pick a Varian pick comp when you can just pick a Madara Imperious pick comp?
Melly in chat asking, is this game 3 or game 4? Quick caster math, looking at the scoreboard, looks like 1 + 1 = 2. That makes this game 3. Welcome to game 3. It's Infernal Shrines. Did I call it game 4 at some point? Did I confuse everyone?
I also had to do some caster math to figure out which game it was.
I think Noah's feeling better about the lag right now. I'd say probably not having any.
That 0 ping that we all dream of. Jay looking to press in here. Madara setting up for a possible spear. Ooh, first miss of the game, it looks like to me. Mystically getting in a position where they can get that Lightning Nova damage. Not able to find much of it.
Yeah, having the Lightning Nova damage means you get resets on the ability, and that means more additional time clearing out some of these in the collateral damage inside the shrine. That's going to be a Gladiator's Medallion popped by Jay, who's trying to walk away, being slowed tremendously. Wall comes out from Clazy, and that's going to help separate away CPX Fanclub from engaging any further in that fight. Now it's time to click those fountains and head back in, but it's going to be tied up when they get here.
And look, the level advantage goes over in favor of CPogX. I mean, the other Koreans have to find something absolutely crazy, possibly lucky, if they're looking to grab this first objective.
Well, they land the sleep charge over the wall. There's going to be the self-cleanse coming out from Epic Player, another medallion usage, and another one being used well as Malfurion's able to get away. Now Jay caught on the wrong side of town. Roots dropped by Malf, gonna help separate them walking in, but Jay cannot get away. Noah is a flip crazy demon. 6th kill of the game here for CPX Fanclub.
The only thing that's stopping him now is the mana of Legacy and Noah a little bit low here, but with an Arcane Punisher, it's gonna be hard to approach and hard to defend. This middle fort could go down for 4 or 5 minutes.
So, StoiC, I think this game changes a bit at level 10. Let Greymane get a heroic talent, let him pick up that cursed bullet. I think it changes the landscape a little bit, but for now you can see how much advantage CPX Fanclub is taking because they know that there's really no way to kill this Diablo. Soulstone completed already, and with the help of Imperius behind, like, how do you do anything? Madara is just on the money with these spears, protecting everyone every single time.
You have to show up to bullet, which means Madara can spear you, and if you hit the bullet, I think Noah and Madara just switch places.
Well, he goes ahead and grabs another spear talent at level 7. It's Flash of Anger. Gonna do some, I believe that's some splash damage each time he lands a shield, a spear and a shield. Another great force wall coming out to help prevent anyone from falling there from the other Koreans. But it is starting to get spooky. Level 10's just around the corner for CPX Fanclub.
Yeah, Flash of Anger did get a nerf, but it's still it's still just a brutal talent to fight into.
It's going to be a free siege camp down here, the neutral camp on the bottom side for CPX as level 10s have been achieved. It's APOC, Durance of Hate so far. There's going to be the Nano Boost, the Ardent Defender, and what does Imperius do? Is he going to get flashy here?
Oh, baby.
Oh my goodness. Wrath of the Angiris is selected by Madara.
I mean, into a Tassadar makes sense. You could just grab him.
You self-root. You self-doot.
It's true. After taking 15 minutes to clear the camp in the bottom, blue team now has it as they're trying to push it onto this bottom court. There's the Durance of Hate, goes out, finds the Tassadar. Spear lands the medallion.
Oh, he times it! My god, he gets him anyway. Malfurion stuck out here. Here comes Yarel from the top lane. Gonna get the kill on Taz. Still leaping onto Malfurion. The Paleta is able to mount away. Oh my god. Madara Uchiha times that Gladiator's Medallion perfectly. Lands the big Wrath of Angiris. Gets the double kill secured for the CPX Fanclub. A highlight play for sure.
Oh, absolutely disgusting is the only word for that. They have all of their forts, all major structures are quite healthy. They've now knocked down this bottom. 10's just now coming online. It is that cursed bullet. It's actually the Tranquility to give that armor and healing rather than that Twilight Dream. And it's Leap.
Why not, right? Why not?
That Ana. They're trying to get to the Ana.
They have to burst something. Leap's going to give you a bit more burst, of course. On a map like Infernal Shrines, I think it's like 95% you're going to see that Wrath of the Berserker coming out from Sony because of the value you get inside the shrine. But in this particular case, I think you're right. They have to be able to kill one target to be able to win these fights and have some longevity to sustain through anything here because it has not been going well so far for them here. We're 8 minutes in and they are really far behind right now, StoiC.
Yeah, I think look for a leap bullet combo where both Greymane and Sonya are going to try to get on that Ana Mephisto in the backline.
Level 13s are secured, popping up that town screen yet again for you guys. You can see this spear build continue for Imperius. Standing in the bush, he's waiting. He wants some more meat. He's got Wrath ready to go. Just needs to see if that Durance is the leadoff again. And here they come. ETC in the pit. There's that leap on the backside. Trying to find Mephisto, but APOC gonna separate the team just a bit. There's the Durance of Hate as Legacy's gonna fall. Ana is down, but Malfurion might fall as well. Very low on the backside of this fight as Imperius does finish off Tassadar. Lands the spear onto Malfurion. Epic player's gonna go down as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far, StoiC.
Yeah, this is absolutely brutal. It's the 3 scariest frontliners, I think, against quite a scary 3-man left. It's a duel, but CPogX Fanclub is coming out ahead on this trade, and they're gonna zone off Sonya, ETC, and Greymane.
I definitely hit something there. My apologies, everyone at home. That little button happy.
They're not even worrying really about this objective.
They don't need it. I think they want to send someone top to deal with this bruiser camp. It's going to finish off this fort. So they can hold at 39, send someone up there. Maybe it's too late at this point, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it is too late. But they will have another Punisher, and this one's bottom lane. They already took out this fort.
They're going to get this bruiser camp to also pressure mid. This is a scary amount of damage. That bruiser camp, just for our stats at home, is still pretty healthy with a stacking wave, so they're going to send Intori back to clear that out.
Yeah, they have to, but I don't think it ultimately is going to matter too much. This front wall is going to be down. Ideally for themselves, they're going to be able to get the keep down as well, but that might be tough. Might be tough. They're going to sidewall it and go for it.
Mortar Punisher has jumped. Oh, Durance does not connect. Excellent dodge there. Diablo finds the RQE combo. Oh, the W from Polita is absolutely absurd and saves the team possibly there.
Moshpit's here, onto 2, might get the kill onto Diablo. Noah's gonna fall, 200 health, surviving for now. Gets the self-healing as well, he's still on his feet.
Oh man, Legacy with absolutely insane healing, keeping this team alive here. Jay dropping extremely low, looking for the kill on Mysticles. Any problem is now jumped in to get the finish there. Intori goes into Peel. Any problem drops the unstoppable, but is ultimately not able to find a kill. It's a 3-for-1.
Yeah, they lose Diablo, but look, he's back on the map. He had the Soulstone complete. And Classy now stuck in that Lightning Nova bash, back by Yarel. Imperius falls, however. Hello? Was that a Moonfire or was it the tower? Tassadar goes down as Yarel's still chasing in, being dirty as the Ardent Defender. You know you're safe, you might as well go for it.
Yeah, you know, Ureldo is now running out of mana here. The wave is looking a little sparse. But CPogX extremely confident with that level 16 advantage. Now choosing to retreat here. Excellent sleep to try and stop this engage.
This is trouble. Durance of Fate has to come out. Any problem caught, though. Leaping backwards and will survive and pick up the kill. Mephisto is down, and this is the first sign of any sort of defeat from the CPX fan club here in game number 3. Almost called it game 4, Melly. You almost got me. But it is game 3, and maybe, just maybe, it's time for a comeback. 16's going to be here by the next objective. And they're showing signs of life, StoiC.
Yeah, definitely. I think that CPX definitely overstayed their losing those kills. Also, like, losing that top fort really has given the other Koreans a win condition in this game here, where now they only have to worry about 2 lanes rather than 3, as they'll have the catapult pressure in the top.
Next shrine is showing mid, but look at this engage with the APOC. There's the medallion, as well as the tranquility being thrown out by Epic Player. He's going to survive. Now it's looking like trouble for Diablo, caught behind 3 red heroes and will go down. Soulstone not complete that time, only a 22 stack, so it's a long death timer for Diablo.
Yeah, you know, the active reload from Ana was so clutch, but Diablo without that stacks is just a little bit weak. Any problem recognizing this, they have the advantage now, is going to go steal that camp. Madara, though, is probably looking for a spear through the wall.
I don't know. I think it's too risky at this point. They do land the sleep. They have a target. They're not going for it.
Oh.
I didn't think they'd go for it, StoiC.
Neither did I, but, I mean, he was thinking about it.
I mean, you got Nintori in the top lane, Diablo dead. That would have been very risky. But wow, I think we have a ball game now. It's getting close. Of course, that bottom lane keep, it's sitting below 50% health on the other Korean side of the map. On the opposite end, that bruiser camp, so much value earlier. The only thing they need to wait for is a top lane shrine, but it won't be here. Shrine activating in 5 seconds, will be on the mid side, and it looks like it's a frozen shrine coming up next.
Ooh, this frozen shrine can really swing the tide in either direction. Frozen Punisher, such a strong one for shutting down these forts and keeps.
Clazy with a Tassadar doing a lot of value early, and Tori's going to try to get in here and interrupt it a bit. And with Imperia showing, I think they're scared. They know Madara knows what's up. There's going to be the toss over, leap right onto this Mephisto. I wasn't sure if that was on Mephisto for a second, but it was Mephisto. Big mosh pit onto one. They're going to be able to finish off Mysticles perhaps. That's Shade. He's coming right back. Or
Madara chasing down any problem in the bottom. There will be a 1-for-1 trade. It's currently, though, 2-for-1 in total in favor of the other Koreans here. Noah trying to find some peel, and Tori finding a big hammer. It's again these 3 frontliners.
But it's a 2-for-1. The other Koreans take the lead. And this shrine is theirs to lose now.
Yeah, the leap is just exactly what they need to do to just get on the squishy Mephisto and Ana.
StoiC, you know, if you play with me, I play a lot of Sonya. Leap like 90% of the time. I love it. And I love seeing it here in the Storm Division. Our first Sonya of the season. And it's not Wrath of the Berserker. We got Wrath of the Angiris instead.
Yeah, we have the other Wrath. You know, for those at home thinking about, oh, this makes me want to go Leap, I think there's a time and place for Leap, and this is definitely the time for it. To get that snap engage onto it, Ana, who steps up just an inch too far.
So, Fort 100% going to fall here. The question is, how much value do they get onto this keep wall and or keep? Sonya will not be present for this attack. As you do see this fort falling, and the Punisher still sitting at about 50% health, approaching this keep wall, going to land the big leap onto Diablo, but no follow-up here yet. Curse Bullet is available, not being used by any problem. He's going to start disengaging out of here. They do not want this fight because level 20 is just around the corner for CPogX Fanclub.
Yeah, they weren't able to find as much value as I think they would have liked here, as the keep wall middle for the other Koreans is much lower, and blue team has their 20s. They're out here looking for blood. They know Sonya just took the bottom camp. They're going to see if they can find her in a rotation. Madara is looking for that spear through the wall. Oh, sneaky moves by Jay.
You want to say thank you to Kyle Ferguson rating with a party of 52 and saying, someone in chat said, good job casting, guys. Wrath of the Angiris connects, though. We got to talk about this play. Another great one from Madara. Also finds a spear on Tassadar, pops the Archon, throws down the wall, but that might have actually cost his life because Diablo's right there ready to go. 2 down, and just 1 keep in their way to this core. I think this could be the end. We don't see the double Lightning Nova coming out from Mephisto. Instead, it's going to be... Oh, it is Mimic. Okay, I'm totally crazy. I didn't see him pick it yet. There it is. And that could be enough to help finish off this core. It is a tremendous sieging talent, and they got plenty of time to go for it, StoiC.
Yeah, this core is now taking full permanent health damage. Red team is, though, blue team has stopped attacking the core. They've started attacking heroes. KDA has been called, and Tori jumping on the Yrel. Mystically is dropping quite low to any problem. A lot of their core race has been taken out here, but with 4 heroes left alive, I think basic attacks OP. Oh, with a spear!
That was a Gladiator's Medallion, but it doesn't matter. Core at 30%, and it looks like that will be the end. CPogX Fanclub taking game number 3 in impressive fashion with a double bruiser count.
Wow. Okay, so Madara MVP, like that was, I am just like sick to my stomach. Having been speared and seeing so many spears, I just feel dirty even being a part of this. But quick shout out to Mysticles hitting the max range Durance of Hate to set up that Diablo's APOC onto Malfurion that allowed them to find those 2 early kills that snowballed into the rest of that game being won.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Appreciate the 100 bits coming out from Sotheby in chat. Let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. CPogX Fanclub takes the 2-1 lead after Infernal Shrines, and you heard it from StoiC. MVP has got to be that Imperious play from Madara Uchiha. Landed so many spears. Look at the kills, 10 of them. Top hero damage for the team. And all the style points to be added in. Incredibly done by Madara Uchiha.
I am just absolutely speechless. That was so... the spears. Imperious is broken. Just like, get him out of the game. He's not fair. It's got to be a ban.
If you can do that, there is no stopping you. It just really made it look simple from start to finish. Outstandingly done. We're going to be heading into a game number 4 up next in this best of 5 series between the CPogX Fanclub and the other Koreans. The team who's picked the map has won all 3 to this point in the set. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with game number 4. Alright, welcome back. Game number 4 about to begin. The players have asked for a short 5-minute break as we get ready for our game number 4. I don't know who picked this yet. Who picked map? I don't know. Hopefully they let me know. It's getting steamy here in my office. I'm going to try to turn on this fan, see if it helps me out. Chat, what did you think about that game number 3? Big Stylin Imperious from Madara Uchiha, really the highlight there, maybe of the entire night. StoiC, what were your thoughts after seeing that take place?
I think he earns himself a respect ban here on Towers of Doom, definitely. I was worried that their wave clear and camp clear and, you know, just siege damage and wouldn't be enough, but who needs to PvE when you could just PvP? And that's what we saw here.
So we're going to give it just a minute. Wait for players to get back. I am R. Let me know when you guys are too.
In fact, it's actually funny because that's the other Koreans. That's their strategy. I mean, they often run that triple front line, tank and 2 bruisers. So that definitely they got a taste of their own medicine right there.
StoiC, I think for the first time I'm seeing your shirt. You want to show everyone what's on your shirt right now? It looks pretty fun.
I didn't wear my Heroes of the Storm shirt. It's just one of my many T-shirts from Uniqlo. Not an ad, but sponsor me.
Sponsor the kid already. Well, it looks fancy. I didn't know if it was like hieroglyphics for something.
No, it's Keith Haring,
Oh, nice. Well, I'm rocking my typical attire. Here's the Storm shirt. Have you guys ever heard of this game? It's pretty cool. Matching hat. You know how I do.
You know how I do. I like the underside art of the bill. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I do like it as well. It's got the Diablo on there. There's some Tychus. There's some Chen. There's some Arthas. There's some Nova. Yeah, I like that.
Quite good. You know, I actually I was watching some HGC the other day.
Sure.
Rip. And I saw their little pops they had in the back.
Yeah.
It made me sad because
they don't sell them anymore.
Well, my sweet wife threw some of mine away.
No. What?
You can probably. Oh, you can't see. We have a pretty large pop collection.
Oh
Nerd
yeah,
alert,
up above your window there. I see that.
Yeah. But we had some of the Heroes of the Storm. We have some pops. Like I have a Kerrigan pop, but we have like some other figures that were made by Funko for Heroes of the Storm, and they somehow found their way into the trash.
Oh.
No longer have them. Rest in peace.
Shame.
Rest in peace, HGC. Rest in peace, my toys.
Well, I tell you what, if Miss Murda ever came in and threw away anything in my office, I would be very, very sad. We'd have a very long, heated discussion. Ultimately, we'd be fine, but I would be a sad Murda for quite some time. Still no word from our captains. They are taking that bathroom break here. It's been a long one so far. Game number 4 about to be underway, and CPogX Fanclub one map from taking their week 1 victory here over the other Koreans, but I don't think it's over yet. StoiC, I do want to note, pre-game, you said CPX 3-1 over the other Koreans. You still hold by that?
Yeah, I think so.
Look at Summer in chat.
Don't start with this. That's very funny. She knows she threw them away. It's fine.
So you're standing by your 3-1, though?
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, we haven't seen the draft yet, but I think on paper, I think that CPogX has what it takes. We've seen the last 2 games really dominant showings. The Braxis play, I think, surprised them because they definitely had a plan. I think they just weren't ready for the response. I think both of these teams are going to put up a great fight here, but I'm leaning to CPog now.
Okay.
We'll see if it's the hammer game. Like, do they, when the chips are down, when they need the win, do they pull out the hammer for Peleta? I'd like to see it. I love those high-level hammer games.
Towers of Doom, I think Hammer can fit in here as well. I've seen it before. Not that it's her best map, but if you're thinking Hammer, I'm going to throw some of my mental energy towards it as well, StoiC.
So here's the other thing, though. If, like, a team, CPogX in the last 30 days has played Hammer. No, sorry. I'm messing up my notes. But in the last 30 days, they've played Abathur, they've played TLV, and they've played Cho'Gall. All heroes that can work on this map.
You saying there's a chance of Cho'Gall?
I'm saying, I think there's a high chance of Cho'Gall. I think Legacy has the chops to support that on the Ana, and you could have a nano Cho'Gall. Absolutely disgusting here. We saw it this week when CCS2 played on this specific map with the Cho'Gall.
Okay.
And I think they got 6 kills behind the end zone line here. Nano Cho'Gall is super strong, and we've seen CPogX do it before. So there's a chance.
I like your casual plug of CCS.
Well, shout out to Valk's mom.
I'm going to casually shout out Regen right now. Might work. They're playing in the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational. Regen Ghost is up against the Nexus Cats right now. I think it's being casted by the Crushinator. Could be mistaken. Or maybe, no, maybe it was Mark Zombie who was casting. Someone was casting something. Maybe Mark Zombie's playing. That's why I saw him tweeting about it. But go find it. If you know what channel it's on, drop it a link in chat so people who are a fan of Regen might tune into that. They're in the finals. I gotta tell those guys, way to go. Proud of you guys making it that far. And hopefully you bring home a title. Noah asking if we're good to go. Both teams ready? Both teams ready. Okay, we're ready. Here we go. By the way, our map was selected, this one, by the CPogX Fanclub. They are 1 win away from walking away with this set as we are ready for draft number 4. First to ban will be the other Koreans.
I think they gotta ban Chromie. They gotta ban Imperius, possibly. I mean, Madara is a beast on a lot of heroes. They can't risk seeing the Chromie, but they've definitely seen the Imperius and probably don't want to see that again.
Well, Chromie's been banned out all 4 games so far by the other Koreans. There's that Deathwing, 3rd game in a row has become the strategy for CPX. I don't blame him. It was a really good game 1, and the Garrosh, same ban from game number 3, taken away from the other Koreans.
The Deathwing ban has worked if it ain't broke.
Yeah.
Every time they ban Deathwing, they've won so far.
The teams seem to be happy with their bans. So this might be Medivh for the 3rd game in a row as well. Although we haven't seen Medivh tonight, so who knows?
Medivh sets up some really interesting plays here in rotating, in finding picks, in getting to altars. I think Medivh ban could make sense again.
Strong
There's
map
obviously
for it.
some happening.
It will be Medivh. Okay. So casters are good. So
Lots on the table. Do they grab the Tassadar that they've relied on heavily?
yeah, they took that ETC in game 3. I don't know how much it did, but they're going to go for it again. They feel it's a strong tank right now. That's what they're saying with that pick 2 games in a row.
ETC really is a strong tank. The 6% nerf to Encore maybe makes some people now go, or the 2% nerf to Encore now maybe people go away from ETC, but he's still just so powerful here. We'll see if they do any switch shenanigans to bring out something cheesy. Blue team, though.
Murda and Malf. We haven't seen Murda from CPogX Fanclub tonight. We have seen this Malfurion out of Legacy. It looked pretty good. I think it was game number 2. Yeah, it was game number 2 where they got the win on Dragonshire. Looked pretty good. They're going to try it again here and have the Stormbolt into the Roots combo.
Yeah, this is both of these supports, Epic Player and Legacy, doing a lot of work in in-houses. They're making sure they show their chops on quite a few healers in this series. Oh, here we go. There's a little bit of something. Jay pulling out the Lost Vikings.
Olaf, Eric, Balog making an appearance here on TOD. It's the TLVs. I love to see it.
Yeah.
Tassadar 3rd game in a row, though. We've seen 2 different builds. Which one do you think Classy is going to most likely turn his sights to here? Do you think he goes back on that shock ray? I think I liked it a bit better.
I do. Oh, there it is. The Hammer Band, which I think makes a lot of sense. With the Vikings there, allows you to be a lot more, sit here and siege. I think the Hammer, with the Tassadar as well to provide walls, and the Hammer Band makes a lot of sense. The respect definitely going out to Paleta there.
I don't know if anyone at home knows the answer to this. How does the medallion work with the Vikings? Do each of them get their own medallion? Yes? No.
They all have this Viking 1, Viking all, or Medallion 1, Medallions all.
Okay, Medallion 1, Medallions all. Okay, so, you know what? I'm going to say it. I want to see a Butcher. They're up a game in the set. You got the Vikings on the other end. You can get the healing from Malf. Works really nicely with Butcher. This might be the chance for it. Zool coming out so far for Notori. That's going to be a solo lane, potentially double soaking Zool. And Li Ming for Mysticles. There's 1 pick left for Madara. I would love to see the big fat flex here in game 4.
I think there's definitely a chance for it. I like that they have last pick, so the Butcher could work. The other Koreans, I hope, do take advantage of making sure it's not.
You gotta find some blinds. Sure. Maybe going into the Cassia's still out there. I don't even know. I think a Butcher could just wreak havoc. It's going to be Phoenix. He does pretty well against a Butcher. And Deckard Cain, I think, as well. Stay well and listen really shuts him down. Li Ming more likely than Butcher. Yeah, well, you called that in chat. Speak truth to power. I don't think it's Butcher anymore. What else might What else might they have, StoiC?
We could see Imperius again with a triple frontline mage. I think it's more likely to be something like that Junkrat we saw.
Zeratul. That's what I was just about to say. It. I was like a split second away from being like Zeratul, and they pick it. That's the perfect pick. That is the perfect pick. I mean, he's gonna hunt down the Vikings just as easily as the Butcher might be able to, and maybe even easier actually. Like, where do you hide? if you're Jay right now, you are shaking in your little Viking booties. But time to go to you guys at chat. Who's going to win this game number 4? Hashtag CPX or hashtag TOK in chat right now. That's CPX or TOK. StoiC, I chose game number 3, and I was wrong. I thought it was going to be the other Koreans. So what do you think? Game number 4 here.
I'm going to take CPogX Fanclub.
Holding steady to your 3-1 call.
I really think that they have a good draft. I think, again, the other Koreans have drafted a comp that's going to be really hard for them to pull it off. They did it in game 1, so they can do it in game number 4. But they made their life pretty hard.
Let's introduce these players on the left-hand side. Playing the Zul is going to be Nintori Mysticles on Li Ming. Noah on the Murda and Legacy playing Malfurion for the second time tonight. And Madara Uchiha, who continues to shine this evening on the Zeratul. Give it up for the CPogX Fanclub.
In the red team, now down by 1 match, fighting for their Storm Division game, match 1. I don't know what I'm saying. Any problem on ADC? Jay on the Lost Vikings. Classy again on Tassadar. Epic player now playing Deckard. And the Paleta on Phoenix. It is the other Koreans.
The other Koreans. Well, if you're wondering who the other Koreans are, it's Team Alexander. You'll be seeing them later this week facing off on this channel. Make sure to tune in and make sure you're following here at twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series, where all the Storm Division action will be taking place this season. So it might be our first game without an early game kill. No one falling in the initial skirmish. But it was one of the Vikings, I think Eric, who fell very low there.
Yeah.
And you gotta remember, with the Li Ming, you can't afford to lose Vikings in this matchup because Li Ming's gonna pop off.
Definitely right. I mean, at any time that the Vikings are grouped and Zeratul and Li Ming are there together, that's a very scary time because one Viking is a chain reaction.
Power slide on Noah does have room to hit that dwarf toss. Here comes Madara trying to find the Paleta, who does a bit of a warp. Moving away from this fight, but Madara able to vorpal back in. They get the first blood. A minute 15 in, and these guys are picking up right where they left off in game number 3.
Well, the combo from Li Ming.
Oh, man.
Hits true.
No, credit Legacy there, StoiC. Lands the roots.
That's true.
I mean,
good root Legacy.
Can't get away from the roots. Looks
right.
good. Another follow coming in tonight. We've had a ton of you guys hitting the follow button. You know who you are. That latest one coming in from It's Composure. We appreciate you being here this evening, and hopefully you're having a good time as we see CPogX Fanclub trying to get a little bit sneaky on that siege camp, going to get caught out and decide to back away from the fight, not willing to take it with a full 4-stack here and a couple Vikings nearby. Not worth the trouble, not worth the health, not worth the damage. They move away from it.
Olaf scouts this top camp, recognizing that 2 are there. Possible invade now. Any problem knows that they are going to be up a man bottom, and they have Vikings to soak these lanes. They're going to look to steal this camp away.
Yeah, Madara just wants to kill these Vikings. He's going to see Eric. He's going to see Balog as well. No, he's running right past. He wants to help down here on the bottom side. Oh my god, there's a siege camp being invaded. I didn't even see it on the minimap. Wasn't paying attention. But Madara is here. There's the Gladiator's medallion, and the Paleta is down for the 2nd time in the game.
Siege camp was stolen. ETC now locked down by Noah. Mystically, he's going to work those orbs and missiles on clearing this camp. Legacy extremely low. Has very little mana and alters spawn in 15 seconds.
Noah wants a piece of this, but Classy popping a medallion there, drops the wall, trying to keep Zeratul separated from him, but it doesn't matter. The flashiness, the plays, the relentless assaults and strikes from Madara Uchiha continue to collect kills. None accredited to him, but all 4 assists. Zeratul has been there for the ride.
Yeah, Mystically is getting a great splash off of a minion to finish off that Tassadar. Zeratul finds another kill onto a Viking. Zul gonna channel the top as Olaf channels theirs. Any problem doing a great job stalling here. Waiting for the team to all be able to show up and this to be a 4v3.
Murda taking a bit of damage, gonna wait for that second wind to click in. Also, grabbing one of those regrowths from Malfurion. They're gonna play it slow. Still 1 beacon left to take. This last altar, rather. And with everyone moving back towards fountains, really going to depend on this engage once again from Noah. He leaps in. Might have Classy. We just heard a medallion go off. I don't know whose it was. Did you see StoiC?
I didn't. I was focused on something else. Classy takes about half their health from an orb.
And Paleta has no shield right now.
Mr. Cleese, though, falls to any problem on the flank.
Wow. ETC with the damage himself. And that'll be enough room for the other Koreans to grab their second shrine of that set. Taking a 4-shot lead on the core and pressuring this bottom lane. 4 heroes are here. Just Murda in defense right now with Li Ming dead and Zeratul and Zul elsewhere.
Yeah, and they've quickly also caught up in experience. There was a moment there where CPogX Fanclub was about a level ahead, but on the back of these Vikings, I mean, the other Koreans have caught up in experience.
Now they're looking at their sapper camp. This will be their third of the game after being able to steal away the enemy sapper camp earlier. Mid lane, Madara not on full health, and ETC's going to find him, lands a power slide, and that's easy picking for Classy and that shock ray. 65 stacks on his level 1 static charge.
Yeah, Pinball Wizard, though, doing so much damage to Zeratul with such a little health pool.
And they get more sappers out of it. Look at this.
Their 4th sap, that's going to be sapper 9 or 10, 11, 12 here.
Did you just try to do math as a caster? I'm very proud of you.
I've made a mistake, but yes. Sapper 10, 11, and 12 here for the other Koreans.
Well, they're going to try to stall him out as long as possible until ETC starts pressing onto Noah here. The Paleta also trying to help finish off this tower. They do get it down. 1 sapper charges and will charge the other one into the fort, so it takes a bit of damage. Alter phase number 2 about to spawn. And Zeratul is in full stealth right now. Going to try to find someone on the backside of this fight. It is going to be Tassadar for now. But he's not going to go in for a finish.
This bottom lane top priority is ETC is going to just go down to get some soap.
And look at the heroic stage dive. It's stage dive this time, right? Phoenix falls for the 3rd time. Here's that stage dive. Li Ming throws out the wave of force, but doesn't hit any targets. Trying to turn back into the fight. It is Zul falling. Great Archon there from Classy. And a bit of shielding and sustain through all the damage in that fight. Zeratul trying to get the channel, but here comes Eric the Swift. Gonna interrupt him and give the other Koreans a chance at a double altar here.
Yeah, no one looking for anything. Wow, this Zeratul is going to get not Zeratul. This Vikings interrupted by a Moonfire. Madara on the flank here. Legacy a little bit isolated though.
Stay a while and listen, not hitting anything. There's play again from Jay. All the Vikings back on the map as Mysticles will find the channel. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Stormbolt gonna miss there on the ETC. That should be it for now. 11 to 11, and I see chat saying the Lost Vikings really should be ahead at this point if they want to have a chance at winning. But taking a peek at the XP totals, Zul's hanging in there, 7,400 XP compared to the 10,000 now for the Lost Vikings. It's a considerable amount more, but Zul's keeping them in this.
Yeah, definitely. And Madara's definitely being helpful as well, not allowing the Vikings to get their full value. They're actually all 3 together up top.
And that might be the bell tower. They're going to try to finish it off. There it goes. That's the first structure exchanging hands in this game. And it belongs now to the CPogX Fanclub. Zeratul's got to make the rotation down and help save the day here. Went into Might of the Nerazim, so really can't help set up a bigger play. But if he's able to get flashy onto this Phoenix any further, that's all they really need. Purification Salvo coming out, gonna send Zeratul below 20% health. He has to flash out. Stormbolt connects onto ETZ. Any problem? Very low. Barely surviving with the help of that Epic Player that time.
Wow. Madara also solo forced to use the crazy plays there to dodge these minion basic attacks here. Zul just holds top here. Yeah, bottom is typically the priority lane, but Zul's just going to sit top and sleep on a Malfurion.
That was a medallion popped and he fell anyway. Stormbolt's going to keep ETC there, but he's got a bit of self-healing as the Paleta is starting to fall low. And Zeratul is attached and getting the kill. See you later. It is a triple kill for the CPX Fanclub. They're able to channel this beacon and they're going to do it. I think maybe They could have gone for the bottom fort first, but they just want to get the surefire shots, and that's exactly what happens. Zool pressuring mid, big minion wave StoiC. This is potentially 6-cap soon.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is the perfect time for the other Koreans to die, seeing it was only a single altar, but they're going to lose this bottom wall, and top fort, or mid fort is half dead. This is if the 6-cap's not here, it's definitely going to be set up and possibly taken in the future.
Here's the stage dive backside. Does get booped back by the wave of force, though. Mystically keeping themselves alive, also able to flash out of that scroll of ceiling. But StoiC, with that long cooldown, look, it's already back to 40 seconds.
Oh,
Make
man.
it 26. It's coming back quick.
Noah able to get out, but Mr. Cleese finds the kill, and a Phoenix. Madara Uchiha with the assist will blink away. ETC has stage high up in 10 seconds. That's absurd.
It's insane. We do have to note, that's the 5th death of the game for Phoenix. That's trouble. And here comes Murda, finds a stun on the Tassadar. Big wave of force, but Archon popped again. The shielding is enough for now as the Twilight Dream comes out. Maybe a bit too late to save through that heroic pop from Tassadar.
Ooh, Zeratul caught on the edge of the sleep, but booped away by ETC. Legacy going for that little Moonfire, making sure they get that extra little tick of healing. Top tower still extremely healthy. Mid now at 40%, bottom at 60%. This is going to be a full fight for this bottom altar, but with 16 advantage, CPogX is looking like they're in a pretty good spot.
Sappers are available, and ETC has been caught out a bit at 50% health, and Murden is not letting him go. Look at that heavy impact, keeping him in the same spot. The slow is oppressive. Picked up at level 16, that dwarf launch as well to increase the range. Oh my god. Leap build for Murden is a lot of fun. I haven't seen this in a while.
It's like a Johanna Subdue that you don't need to stack. Good stall coming out of this other Koreans.
Oh, misses interrupt with the Roderick Cube. And now Deckard Cain maybe in trouble, stuck in the roots. Big missiles coming in from Leeming as well, but Epic Player's still on his feet for now as Zeratul showing up and sees a couple Vikings here.
Yep. This is going to be a 5v4. Ming finds the first reset on a Viking. Nothing in range for anything else, but it looks like Zool's going to go clear the mid and get to work on taking some more of these bell towers.
Oh, Deckard's leaving the fight. That could mean this bottom bell tower is going to convert. Murden leaping over the wall. Here go the Sappers, 1, 2, and 3 hit onto the fort. Li Ming finishes it off, and now it's just that mid bell tower still standing. Clazy trying to walk away from this. The Twilight Dream interrupted that time.
Oh, but Zool is now making short work of this mid tower. This is a 6-cap incoming, as Olaf is not going to be able to clear this top in time.
Well, they go into the death zone. There's the Twilight Dream, but ETC able to survive through it for now. There's the face melt, keeping Noah from finishing off that kill. All 6 bell towers belong to the CPogX Fanclub, and the Lost Vikings trying to jam their way in up top to save this fort, save this game. I just don't know if they're able to do it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, and even if they get one of these bell towers back, there's still so many altars to cap. Lethal's on the board.
Yeah, you're right. I think we might even just see the GGs before it gets there. How do you press in? Nintori surviving through a lot of it. Able to self-heal a ton as well. Pops his bone shield. We're 8 seconds away from a triple altar face, and all 6 bell towers belong to the CPogX Fanclub. Malfurion is wide open down here in the bottom lane. It's up to Murden to get some health back and make a defense here up top. Look at the first interrupt. And they kill Phoenix. Where did Phoenix die? Mid? Oh my god. That's it. That's all they needed.
Yeah. Also, it seems like a little bit of indecision there as well. Like, you had Vikings work on the top for a little bit. You had some people working on mid. Like,
Well. The Crushinator bringing in a raid at the end of this night. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in, anyone who's coming over from that matchup. Game number 4 in the books, and the CPogX Fanclub gets their first win of the season. StoiC, we saw a lot of good plays tonight, but who's your overall, out of the entire set, who's your MVP tonight?
I mean, do you give it to the sub Madara? Like, how many times are we going to say his name to be MVP? I think he came in, pinch hit, and found a couple of RBIs and a couple of grand slams even as well. I think
Yeah.
overall it's got to be Madara.
Yeah, I agree. This kid is incredible. If you haven't been watching him play in the in-houses, you're missing out. I think 100% going to find a pickup onto one of those rosters later on this season in that other awesome league that's starting up soon. Noah asking me if he wants to do an interview. I'm going to say yes, please. We'll meet you on the NGS server. So, StoiC, if you want to head over that way, let's pop in for an interview.
I'll meet you there.
Hello, hello.
G'day.
G'day. So Noah should be here in a moment, but while we're waiting, thank you for casting with me tonight, StoiC. That was a lot of fun, as always.
Always
And
my
now
pleasure.
joining us, the captain of the fantastic squad this evening, the CPogX Fanclub, taking their first win of the season over the other Koreans. Noah, how's the team feeling after that grueling set?
Team's feeling pretty good. After we shook off the tilt from forgetting to ban Deathwing on Braxis and 100 ping Noah tank, it was all smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are a team that loves to rely on the CC in the team fights, going up against a hero like Deathwing. Yeah, that could be some trouble, and you guys paid respects the next 3 games, banning out all 3 times. Any message for the other teams in the Storm Division when they have to face the other Koreans?
I don't think it's necessarily a message that like other teams should really look at. I guess maybe it is. It's just kind of a hero pool thing. Like game 1, he played Deathwing on a point map, and we struggled. So we played another point map game 2 in Dragonshire. So we were like, okay, let's just not play against the unstoppable hero. And then he defaulted to an auto attack build Tassadar game, of which I was not very sold.
Yeah, we were questioning it too. There was the recent nerf to the Shockray quest. And then, yeah, game 2, it was that auto attack build. You guys felt safe against it then?
Yeah, I mean, I think Tassadar was really falling out of priority even before the nerf. I don't think he was that strong of a hero. People kind of realized that he's just a Gul'dan that deals more burst damage, but is still really immobile and doesn't do much. And now he's worse. So you're really talking about the hero being fringe pickable right now, I think.
Well, I think the tech selection for your sub tonight, Madara Uchiha, in game number 3, that Imperious, I think really great into the Tassadar because of his self-roots. It really made him a liability all throughout. What are your thoughts on tonight? The sub, of course, Madara coming in overall, and how do you think that Imperious felt for you guys?
I mean, Madara's great. I'm not gonna lie, whenever I first saw Madara play, I was a little skeptical. I knew he was a Chromie one trick, and I didn't know if he could play other heroes, but we've scrimmed with him a couple times. He's been pretty impressive. So, you know, I'm definitely excited to play with him. You know, not going to confirm anything on stream or anything, but our roster is kind of in flux right now, and, you know, you might have seen an iteration of it tonight.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So no spoilers, but maybe spoilers. Gotcha.
Right, of course.
StoiC, I know you got a few questions. I'll let you rip one out here.
All right. I guess in regards to the roster question, you know, a couple of days ago you tweeted that you went 12-0 as a tank. Is tank a new role for you?
Yeah, I played a little bit of tank back in 2018 whenever I was practicing for Heroes of the Dorm before the announcement nixed all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I played a little bit of tank. I learned pretty much the mechanics of all the heroes, and in in-houses, I got drafted to fill like honestly 10 or 12 games and won them all against tank players who I had viewed initially to be way better than I. So I kind of started playing around with it a little bit in Storm League and scrims, and I've been liking the role. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. But I think as of right now, I'm solidly undecided.
Did
So you gave PKB the boot.
I don't know if we gave BKB the boot. He's a great friend of mine. Great player. It's just, like I said, there's a couple iterations of the roster, so we'll have to see which one finally settles at the end of the day.
Gotcha. Did the lag end up improving there in Game 4? Just curious.
Yeah, it did actually. Those were not 100 ping storm bolts. Those were like 15 ping storm bolts, so that was nice.
It looked like you were struggling playing the garage. It was on Dragonshire. You were playing the garage, and you had the like B-step party after missing the flip, right?
Yeah, it was the classic. I pressed Q, then threw him. Then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna B-step because my character doesn't do anything when my Q and E are on cooldown.
I thought another big hero there on Dragonshire Game 2 is actually the Artanis played by Nintori tonight. Game 1, I don't want to say struggled against the Rexar in Game 1 with the Yrel, but Game 2 on a similar style map where you're fighting over a point, the Artanis was just oppressive stacking up that level 1. You want to talk a bit about Nintori tonight and how you felt he played?
I mean, Nintori's great. He's the type of dude that he's fine playing into bad matchups until about like the third or fourth time. Then you kind of throw him a bone and give him the Artanis into Rexar. As far as like how the matchup went, I don't think Nintori played bad Game 1 by any means. It's not a good matchup for him. And typically on Braxis, if you have a bad matchup in one lane, you can make up for it by having a strong roam or a strong matchup in the other lane. But the problem with our draft that game was we couldn't get Deathwing off the bot point ever.
Yeah.
So while we were roaming better than they were, while we were, our rotations were better and we were faster, it just didn't matter because Deathwing could just stand on a point and say, I'm unstoppable. And I don't care that you're ganking me. So in Game 2, we banned the Deathwing so that we didn't have the same problem, and we also gave Nintori a counter pick in the matchup, and props to Nintori. We gave him a counter pick, and he kind of embarrassed whoever the Rexar was. So,
wait, I gotta credit him because we had to restart Game 2. Before the restart, I think I saw an old skin. We came back, and he had the new Artanis skin on, and I was like, yes, there we go.
He waited a minute to join the lobby so that he could buy his new skin.
I thought so. Awesome, incredible. Tonight's matchup was a lot of fun. Of course, this was the season opener of the Storm Division. Are there any teams you're excited to play this season? Who can't you wait to face off against?
I'm always excited to play against the Korean team. I think it's Team Alexander is what they're called.
Yeah.
Getting to play against people who are great at the game is always fun. So I'm having a ton of fun in in-houses as well. Just getting to play against people that I used to watch as an observer is super exciting. Playing against VGM, they're obviously a good team. I think that this patch is going to be interesting to see who shakes out to be the top teams, because I think some teams are going to pretty heavily struggle with the medallions, and some teams are going to make use of them pretty well, and it'll just we'll see how that shakes out. In short, I think that this patch is going to be better tank wins most games. Yeah. Honestly.
Well, you proved to be the better tank tonight in a new role, or at least an old role. Well done tonight, Noah. But before we let you go, we got to give you time for some shout-outs. Any last words? The floor is yours.
Yeah, obviously always shout out to twitch.tv/freepx. Shout out to Madara for playing tonight and playing extremely well. The dude's a beast.
Yeah.
And then shout out to you guys. Thanks for casting.
It is our pleasure. I'll speak for StoiC as I say we have a lot of fun doing this, and tonight's matchup was a lot of fun. We haven't been in a best of 5 in quite some time, and well done by you guys walking away with the win.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, StoiC, let's get you back on video and close this baby out. And welcome back to the show, StoiC.
Thank you.
What are your final thoughts before we close out?
Yeah, I think CPX came out tonight and had a good showing. I think what Noah said was true. They Deathwing on the point map was was a struggle, but I think that they are going to. I mean, I think they've grown a lot since since the core came together in 2019. I think that they are going to continue to grow. I'm excited to hear about the iterations of the team that they're going through, and if it means more quality gameplay like we saw tonight. I mean, I can't wait for the next weeks of Storm Division.
Well, that's it for this evening. If you want to find us, there are places to find us. Twitch.tv/MurdaRG is my hometown. And if you want to check out StoiC, it is twitch.tv/HLSStoic. Same tags over on Twitter if you want to follow us, messaging, having fun, communicating, all those sorts of things on Twitter. And of course, probably the easiest way to reach out, head on over to the NGS Discord. You can get a link over on the website if you don't already have it. Hopefully you guys have already hit that follow button here, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. More matches tomorrow night. Maybe I pull up the calendar. Maybe I could be a good Murda and help everyone out here. Let's see. Schedule. Tomorrow night, we got Chili Mountain versus Team Exodia. It's going to be casted by Jinxie Cat right back here, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. We hope to see you there. But until then, that's it for tonight. I've been Murda. He's been StoiC. You guys have been fantastic. And we'll see you in the Nexus.